And don't worry, I don't say, oh, it's really bad. Just think she's 98. Let her have a nice rest of the life.
Yeah.
But instead, she was there, and the annoying thing was, and they do this with a lot of people in hospital, they pump you with drugs, try to sort it out. They don't, you know, there's probably a bit of guesswork going on. Maybe. A little bit.
Not as much as you, but go on.
Right? And because of that, they sort of break wind a lot. So I'm sat there with my dad talking.
Whoa,
drugs do that, Steve. I'm sure if there's a doctor listening or a nurse, they will clarify that if they pump you with all sorts of stuff, it wants to come out.
Right.
So you're sat there having a serious chat. It's a quiet hospital. The woman next door with the blue hands suddenly starts seeping gas, right? I start laughing. Because if there's one thing that makes you laugh, it's that,
It's a 98-year-old woman with blue hands farting.
So you try to hold it in because it's a really quiet hospital, and it'd be obvious that that I was laughing at, and I didn't want to be mean, but it was funny. And then it got me talking about my auntie, because my auntie Nora, she same thing, pumped her with loads of drugs. She used to have a cabinet next to the bed is like Boots. She's got loads of stuff, right, for all sorts of stuff. And I mean, she's not that old, but she's on loads of stuff, right?
She's a bit coked up, is she?
She called up my mum once. And,
yeah, you told us this. Go on, tell it again.
And, she said, oh, how are you doing and that? She said, alright. Bit worried though. My mum said, wow, what's up? She said, I've, been breaking wind. So she goes, well, you know. She says, no, but this one is going on and on and on. And she was like, she was like, what do you say? What's, like passing wind, farting, for 5 minutes. one thing. Not like, you know, trumping and then nothing.
Yeah.
Continuous.
Continuous drone of a fart.
Yeah.
I don't think she had... How big was she? She must be the size of a barn.
No, she's not that big. She's, you know, she's good for her age.
No, but I mean...
Quite slim.
No, but fighting for 5 minutes. Where's all the gas? Was she circular breathing? Was she sucking it in with her mouth?
It was just... I don't know that much about it. But she called up my mum. About 2.5 minutes in...
Could you hear it in the background?
2.5 minutes in!
2.5 minutes in, she called my mum up, and it went on for a further 2.5 minutes.
Oh. And she just stayed on the phone, did she?
Where was...
Going, can you hear that?
Well...
yeah. Did she hold the phone next to her arse? Listen to that.
She was off the ground.
Trying to work a tune down.
she was actually hovering. She was 4 foot off the ground when they found her, the ambulance men.
The cat's dead.
Don't light a match! Don't light that cigarette!
Yeah, it's like that advert. The kids come home from school, switch on the lights.
Yeah! There they see Granny hovering, turn the light on.
Be careful if you have an elderly woman at home.
Yeah. Drugs make you fart.
So it was last week when there was a little bit of confusion over the one for Holly Valance. Right?
Of course. I don't think it was confusion, I think it was your error.
No, it wasn't.
And it was Holy Valance and you meant Pelmet.
Then Becky, who called up that time and said, oh, if you're getting mistaken with Pelmet, right, she sent me an email in a week saying, I've done a bit of research. It was my fault, I've made an error. It is a Valance.
Okay.
And I know about Valances, as I told you last week at the very end, my auntie loves them.
Yeah.
Right? She makes them. She started off just like putting them on top of the, sort of window around the curtain. And then she thought, oh, I can do more with this. And she had a little coffee table that had magazines underneath, and she said, I'm sick of seeing them magazines when I'm sat down.
She sounds like a Pilkington.
So...
I'm sick of seeing them magazines when I sit down!
So she put a Valance round the table.
Yeah!
She just got Valances around everything now, right?
Then, next step, she tapes everything. She never actually watches telly, she tapes it all. Because she gets sick of listening to the adverts and that. So she tapes everything, so she's got loads of videotapes and that. And the video used to get on her nerves. When she was watching a film, she'd see the clock changing. And it distracted her from the film, so she put a Valance round that.
That's genius!
Yeah.
So,
that is
or is it mental?
Only
Mrs. Einstein can tell.
I don't know. She's even made a little, Jack Russell look like a hovercraft. It's great.
So everything's got a Valance?
If you go round and you stand still for too long, the chances are she'll put a Valance around your head.
This is this is Auntie who?
Auntie Nora.
And this is the one that farted for 5 minutes. Lest our listeners forget. Farted for 5 minutes, called his mum, saying I'm farting. 2 minutes into the fart.
She said about 2.5 minutes in.
She said, I'm about 2.5 minutes into the
Well, my mum said, how long's it been going on for? She said, well, it was about 2.5 minutes before I called you.
Yeah.
And then it went on for a further 2.5 minutes or something. And, then it stopped. And,
she couldn't time it because there was a balance over the clock.
Yeah,
because it used to annoy her when she was on the phone and you put her off seeing the time. She was guessing it was 5 minutes.
This was one consistent fart.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't making a noise, it was just...
Oh, it wasn't making a noise?
Just gas.
Right, endless gas.
So, there you
That's
go.
fantastic.
I'm so sorry.
It's like, right, listen, when I was a kid, right, and it's alright for you to go into women's toilets when you're a kid, it's like, oh, it's a bit cute, right, as long as you're not, like, over 15 or something, right?
Right.
But when I was a kid, I went into a toilet, and women, when they use their little cubicles, they don't shut the door. Some of them just sit down on the toilet, right, and you see everything, and, no, seriously, that's probably one of the first times I saw, like, a woman.
Yeah.
That, right, and my Auntie Nora when she was staying over.
What happened with your Auntie Nora?
She was, she's into wearing caftans.
Into wearing what?
You know, caftans.
Oh, yeah.
What caftans?
Big, bellowy sort of dresses.
Right.
And, yeah, I used to sit on the floor at home, in front of the telly.
Sure.
She was on the chair behind.
Yeah.
She did a bit of a, sort of a Sharon Stone scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
There was no underwear?
No.
What age were you?
What was it like?
What age were
It
you?
was like a ripped tennis ball. So.
What? Right, we're off air. We're off air. Either that or put us in for the Sonys.
Yeah, no, because I read it and kind of started having sort of memories of Auntie Nora again.
Yeah.
Because she used to always, like,
Now, Auntie Nora is the woman
who farted for 5 minutes.
She had wind for 5 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
But she also, she used to say, oh, Karl, rub me back. Right. And, with her being quite old, it was all sort of mouldy and warty.
It was mouldy?
No,
Mouldy.
Sort of
Mouldy, right.
And what did you do?
I didn't like it. I hated it, in
It
fact.
was like reading a braille book.
Yeah.
It was like putting your hand in a load of Cocoa Pops.
Oh, dear.
All really big brown things. And I just thought framing hers would be sort of 3D-ish.
Oh,
right. Yeah. What's that, a chunk of the moon? No.
Yeah. Did you Artex that wall?
Yeah.
No, that's
Auntie Nora.
That's Auntie Nora's back. Oh, God.
Any piece of your body, Carl, that you'd like to leave behind?
That's disgusting. Putting your hand in some... Is she the one with the split tennis ball when she wasn't wearing knickers?
Shut up.
What?
No, let's not discuss the tennis ball.
Okay.
So she used to get you to sort of knead her dough on her back.
Oh, God, this is really bad.
But like, what would she with her dress or whatever? Or
she wore those sort of squid-looking things that
Sorry, what?
Those squid-looking.
There's Auntie Nora coupling octopuses. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
It's like a nightgown type thing,
But what's squid got to do with it?
because it sort of looked like a squid around the edge.
Oh, I know, frilly things. Yeah.
And she just said, I'm aching there. Oh. She was never well. She was never. Do you know what I mean? She's always had something wrong with her. I don't ask her how she is. It's just like she's not going to be all right.
Did she have wind when you were sort of neat? It must have been like playing an accordion.
Yeah, get a little tune going.
Wow. Oh, who's your auntie with the tattoos?
That's Hazel.
Oh right, yeah.
Let's leave that.
Why?
Oh, let's
Why?
not talk about
Well, leave it. What have I come across there?
What's up with Auntie Hazel?
What's up with Auntie Hazel?
There's nothing wrong with her. It's just
What?
Just a lesbian, which is nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, but you've made it sound like there is now by not wanting to say it. My aunt is a lesbian.
I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're getting at. Just because I call her Uncle Hazel.
Play a record.
He's from Manchester. Please forgive him.
Carl's back. He's cheering up a little bit because I think he's vented his spleen a little bit on cities around the world that aren't as good as Manchester. So, is any of your family left in Manchester? Because they all moved away, didn't they? You came here. Your dad's moved to Wales, for Christ's sake. Well, your family are all around the... Brother joined the army to get anywhere. Just take me anywhere.
I don't know where he is.
His sister's moved away, so no
Ireland.
one... Yeah, there you go, you see? So, that's just one family. That's one family who love Manchester.
Exactly.
Alright?
Tell you what, Steve.
Go on.
What I did find out in the week.
Yeah.
World record, right? Person with the longest trump
With the longest what?
wind fart.
Right.
Right? 2 minutes 42 is the world record.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I'm immediately thinking about a relative of yours who I'm sure did longer than
Who
that.
still lives in Manchester.
Auntie Nora.
Now, Auntie Nora did it for 5
Reportedly,
minutes, wasn't it?
starfighter for 5 minutes. But, unfortunately, she was the only person in the room. Whereas I think, which one's alive, Ross or Norris McWhirter?
I don't know, actually.
He has to be there.
Yeah, I think he actually has to
He'd
be
have
present.
to be there.
Would you want to be there?
Well, he'd have sort of equipment, and looking at his watch, going, finish, you go, yeah, he goes, well, that was 4
Did
minutes,
she
59
go from like a
seconds.
size 10 to a size 6? Did
She just,
she show some old dresses?
like a hovercraft.
Exactly.
In a big dress.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
slightly off. Yeah. So, it has to be invigilated.
But again, you know, how was the Guinness Book of World Records one invigilated? I mean, who was supervising that? Who was
He
monitoring
said,
that?
I can fart for 2 minutes. They went, well, we've got to see this. Went round. And, he just probably let it rip. It's probably circular breathing. He's probably sort of sucking in air and swallowing it as he's going. And it's a continuous one, isn't it? It's not like, yeah.
I mean, it said, you know, that's how Nora's happened. Me Auntie Nora. She had a little bit of wind. It went on for like 2.5 minutes.
Sure.
That's when she called me mum
As it was still going on.
and said, there's something not right here.
I'm
And,
leaking.
She said, oh, can you send your dad round? You know, my dad.
Yeah.
Sent to me mum.
With a cork.
And,
With a lighter. I think this would be the best one
I want to
ever.
show the kids something.
he said, I'll be there in a bit, get the windows open. But what it was down to, because I was talking to
Is
my
she
mum
the
and dad
one with the
about
split
it.
tennis ball?
Yeah.
Can we
I was
not talk
talk-
about that again?
I was talking to my mum and dad about it, saying, you know, why do you think it happened and that? And it's because she never chucks food away, right? And she'll sort of mash it all up. And she's got all these ice cream tubs in the fridge that are just full
Cabbage
of, like,
water.
old, mashed up food.
Really?
And she prepares everything. Right? She doesn't work, she's retired now, she's got nothing to do all day, but everything's got to be ready
Still
for
calls
her.
in sick.
Do you know what I mean? Everything's got to be done. Even though, if you're going round to her house, and you're going there for tea, it's like, what time are you coming? And it's like, well, I don't know, maybe 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, you're
Well, no,
late,
I need
because
to
you're
know,
late
I
when you
need
have to
to
meet
know.
us at 5 or 6.
Do you know what I mean? That's
But
what...
so, when you say she mashes up food, she literally takes the remnants of a dinner, could be sort of some...
Anything.
And just smashes it all up into a...
Yeah.
And then what does she do with it?
Put it in the fridge, and she's got in the fridge, it's like January, February, March, she's got all these ice cream boxes that are just full of...
But she doesn't... She reheats it and eats it.
Oh, then she,
I
puts it in
thought
a
she was
pan.
just keeping it as a
No, no, no,
souvenir
no.
of each meal she'd had.
No, put it in a pan, warm it up.
Oh,
And that's what it is, it's just...
A lot of vegetation, is it?
Yeah.
Why has it only happened once, or does she save it up once a year, just let it go?
I don't know. Well, she is mad,
Yeah, she sounds potty.
She doesn't answer the phone anymore in case there's a burglar. Checking if she's in. It's like, well, answer it and then they'll know you are in and they won't come round.
Yeah.
Mental.
Well,
Mental.
they can't be sure then, can they?
What do you mean?
Well, if there's no, I go, well, maybe it's someone just... They are in, but they're hiding, whereas if Auntie Nora goes, it's Auntie Nora. We can she'll be farting. We can sneak in when she does a loud one. Because we'll be aware to tell you, what's stopping it? It's got a valance round it, it's got caught on the cap. Alright, Carl's had a bad week. I'm just saying it straight away. He tries to rule out stress in his life.
Yeah.
But he's had a bit too much stress this week, haven't you? One, a phone call from his mum, stressed him a little bit.
Right.
Something he said in a magazine about his auntie. Came back to haunt him.
Auntie Nora?
Auntie Nora, yeah.
Don't name her.
Oh,
She
no,
knows
don't
who
name
she
her.
is.
No. Okay, we won't name her, right? We'll just say it's the one who farted for 5 minutes and he saw a skirt when he was young and I found it like a split tennis
So
ball.
it could be any of me aunties.
So other stressful things.
But, so anyway, what's the Auntie Nora thing? Sorry, Auntie-X.
Auntie X.
What did she...
Yeah.
Why is she upset?
Well, he mentioned her in Zoo. He did this thing for Zoo magazine, and he mentioned about when he looked up her dress. She had a.
Yeah, by accident, remember?
I'm not suggesting you were going around looking up your elderly relatives' dresses in case they weren't wearing.
For people who've not heard Carl talk about this in the past,
Yeah.
just explain quickly again what we're talking about.
Right.
He didn't want to talk about it at all.
When I was a kid, right, Auntie Nora used to come round, me auntie used to come round,
As if there's any ambiguity now. Yeah.
my auntie used to come round and that, and stay, right? And I'm sat on the floor watching the telly, right? She's sat on the sofa with a caftan on. I turn round, right? And it was there.
It was looking back
at me, right? And we've mentioned this, and Ricky sort of said, what did it look like? And, you know, a split tennis ball came to mind. That's what we talked about, right? So anyway, Zoo magazine, when they did the interview...
And she's the one that used to put a valance on everything, isn't it?
Well, not everything, obviously. So anyway, so I've done this...
So you did interview in Zoo?
Yeah, and like they said, you know, it was like, you know, do you plan stuff and do you worry about stuff when, after you've done the show, you're worried you've upset anyone? And, you know, I was saying, really, I forget people are listening. And, you know, we're just having a chat with mates and that. I said, but now and again, I do worry, when I'm on my way home from the show and that, and I'm thinking about what we've talked about. And I was saying, you know, the Auntie Nora incident.
Incident! Like Watergate!
Yeah.
And, anyway, so this was in there, right? And I was saying in the magazine, you know, but I think I got away with it. She doesn't listen to the show, but, you know, and I don't think she reads Zoo magazine, so...
She's more of a nuts woman. Sure, yeah.
So, anyway, so my mum calls up the other week, right? And she goes, wish you wouldn't, you know, talk about Auntie Nora and that. And, I was like, oh, so how do you know about that? She goes, well, one of your cousins have called us up and said they've read the article about it. So yeah, that's why we don't want to talk about it, really.
So he stitched you up.
So do you know what Auntie X has made of this? Do you know if she was upset or not?
Well, she doesn't know about it.
Because, I mean, maybe she's always thought it looked like a split tennis ball. Maybe you're just in sync, you know, because you're relatives and stuff. Maybe she knew instantly. Even if you hadn't named her, she'd have thought, hang on, I farted for 5 minutes once.
Yeah, that's not really ambiguous,
could well
is it?
be me.
If you hear that, like, someone who farted for 5 minutes and's got found like a split tennis ball, you're gonna go, I wonder if he means me.
Yeah.
You're gonna remember
or
that.
Auntie Jackie. It could be Auntie Jackie.
Oh, God.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is running it down again!
Yeah, this is where we read extracts from Karl's diary. We've had to wrestle it from him. He's never happy, but, you know, that's the way it goes when you're doing, a show as popular as this. And I'm going straight now to this entry. My mum phoned and said that my Auntie Nora, classic Auntie Nora, wanted me to look on the internet to find out what the weather will be like in Spain at the end of November. I don't know where she gets her money from. 2 months ago, she was asking me dad how much it would be to get her back garden astroturfed, because she's sick and tired of the grass getting out of
What does she want to do? Start a football team? What does she want a back garden astroturf?
She likes the sort of green look, but she doesn't like the headache that comes with it, so she's just looking into getting that false grass put in there.
Brilliant.
Don't know how much it is.
They always say when you get someone a present, you should buy them something they wouldn't buy themselves. Daft rule. I want something I would buy myself if I had the money. When I was young, me Auntie Nora got me a present I wouldn't buy myself. It was a t-shirt with her face on.
Placebo in this picture on XFM 104.9. 8 minutes to go. Let's make it a good 8 minutes, and then we can all chill out. Yeah? Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Excellent. A particularly aggressive jingle this week.
Wow.
Yeah, looking forward to this monkey news.
Carl.
Right.
Come on.
So, what's her name?
What?
We've done...
Sorry, what?
Brilliant.
We've done a lot of monkeys who, like, got involved in crime and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? We had, the one on the train station, nicking a bag.
Yep.
We had the one who went into a bank.
Who cares?
Went into a bank and walked out with the money and stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Didn't happen either. Next.
But the thing is, you never sort of found out what happened to them. If they sort of got worse, got more involved into crime
this
and
monkey
stuff.
news update.
That would be amazing.
Brilliant.
What they found out in India is...
Yeah.
It's got a prison. It's just for monkeys.
You mean wild animals? You mean
a zoo?
Yeah, a zoo or a kennel or something where it's been gone mental or something.
No, it's a prison.
Yeah, does it have fraud cases?
It's
mainly sort of animals that are attacked things. It's mainly violence, I bet. That's my
that and theft.
Say it again.
Stuff. Theft.
Say it again.
Theft.
Say it again.
Robbing.
No, let's go back to that word. We're going to keep doing it. We've got 6
Robin.
minutes. You're going to say the word right before you go to Hastings.
Well, do you say it?
No,
Well,
you
no,
say
because then
it
you know how to
first.
say it.
Well, alright, Robin then. It's been caught Robin.
Say it again, though.
So
Who's
anyway.
Robin? Who's Robin?
So, they've got this prison, right?
This is extraordinary.
Say it again.
No, you're not going to say it?
Oh, go on then.
So they got a prison for them, right? And there's 11 of them in there, 11 monkeys
Right.
that are in there for life. Because that's, I think there's one just got out on parole, right?
No time off for
But
good behaviour?
there's 11, I'll give you the bit of paper because I thought this was...
Weird. Even
Now,
you,
what-
you thought it was a bit weird.
Now, Carl, what are they in there for, then? Because, I mean, they're in there for life, so I'm assuming it's murder, is it? Premeditated murder? They're not crime bosses, are they? They're not...
Are they
the prostitution and
Are
gambling?
you sure they're not
racketeering?
just the pawns and the head sort of like orangutans up a tree going, remember, you don't know me. You're on your own.
If I go down, you're all coming with me.
You take some of your gorillas down there and sort him out.
Oh, the great banana robbery.
It's not.
I wondered if they'd get them.
Right, go on then.
Okay, let me see. Now, I don't know what source this is, as ever.
Is it just the back of a fag packet found in a toilet?
Well, no, I mean, someone's clearly... If this is nonsense, then someone's clearly gone to a lot of effort, because it does open with the headline, Parole Unlikely for Inmates of Monkey Prison.
Yeah.
Officials say 11 inmates at India's only monkey jail. Officials? Now, what kind of people work at a monkey jail? Where do you work? It says officials say 11 inmates at India's only monkey jail are unlikely to ever be released. The prison in Patilia houses monkeys apprehended by game wardens in Punjab state for thieving and attacking people. The Daily Telegraph reports how the monkeys at the prison in Montebar snarl and glare at visitors from their heavily barred cages. 2 monkeys were released a year ago after exhibiting good behaviour for 18 months in the jail. They have remained out of trouble. Prison can work, that's good.
So
all
basically,
11 monkeys...
they were aggressive wild animals that were taken away from the public for their own good.
And Robin and that.
Wildlife officials believe part of the problem has been caused by thieves training monkeys to help them. Lorry drivers training monkeys as guards for vehicles, and itinerant entertainers
That
using
is
ill-treated
so
monkeys as
and
part of their act.
it's the monkey that takes the rap.
It's a shame, that, isn't
That
it?
is awful. They didn't know what they were doing, did they?
Oh, so there you go.
What do you think of that though, Carl? What would if you could visit them, like Lord Longford or something? What would you say to them? You go there and you get a visit a week or something, you know.
So can you get us a video? Alright.
Do they get conjugal rights?
Do you reckon? You wouldn't be interested in that though, would you?
They get what?
Would you be happy to give them their conjugal rights?
Yeah, would you?
Fair enough.
Alright.
Off to Hastings.
Off you
See you
go.
later.
We got to look into this. If anyone knows why Dumpty was an egg, if Hubbard eventually found a dog a bone, and what was the little one doing? What did the little one think he was doing? For God's sake!
When I saw my dad last year, he was telling me about a fella who's got some clothes you can see through. What's that one?
You don't mean the Emperor's New Clothes?
Yeah, what's that one about?
Well, that's a genuinely good little parable, that.
Yeah, because it's now used for people who are scared to sort of slag something off because it's sort of like really cool and they don't want to be the one that shouts it, and then one person goes, hold on,
Very
I've seen
briefly,
through this.
Carl. Very briefly. The king wants some new clothes, right? He's the king. He goes, who's going to make me some new clothes? Various people come to me and says, I don't like that, it's not interesting enough. One guy, who's just a bit of a con artist, he comes along, he goes, I've made you this magic suit, look, and it's nothing. He
It's
goes, put it
invisible.
on. The king puts on nothing, because there is nothing, but thinks there's something, because, you know, he wants to buy into it and everything.
And he goes, it's the finest stitching. He goes, look at it, can you see it? No, they have to say, only a genius can see how good this suit is. And the king goes, yeah, it's brilliant, yeah, it's great. And he goes out, and just, is it a woman or a little kid?
Well,
goes-
everyone's applauding it. They're going, "You look great," even though his tackle's hanging out. He's, you know, he's nothing.
Even though he's got a king-size, sort of like, bit of meat and two veg, wobbling, dragging down the street.
Exactly. And then one little boy goes, "He's not wearing anything."
The king is in the Altogether, Know that one?
So, well, did anyone else buy one? Or was...
Okay, play record.
Play a record, Carl.
Play record.
Carl, just play a song.
Jesus.
That bunch.
Right.
And, I'm assuming there's some questions there, Carl. aren't you?
Yeah,
Right, here we go.
If you're a new listener, the way it works, I'll give you a cryptic clue and some initials, and it sort of makes up a band. Makes more sense when you hear it, I reckon.
Not particularly.
Wow, not really. Although
So-
people do get it. I just worry about the state of our listeners. Go on.
Right, so there's 3 of them. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
It's email only. I repeat, it is email only.
We
Can I
are
have that
too
email?
lazy to answer the phone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
here we go then. Number 1. There's normally 2 easy ones and a difficult one.
Sure.
So here we go. Number 1. Don't argue with him, he ain't gonna change his mind.
Don't argue with him, he ain't gonna change his mind.
Yeah, that's AA.
AA.
That's, yeah. So that's the
Don't argue
first
with him,
one.
He's not gonna change his mind. What do you mean, Presumably you've got them written out, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what the answer is, so I didn't write the answer down to
Oh,
this one.
don't worry, they get it. Yeah, don't worry.
What do you, well, you can't remember it? You came up with it, there's only 3.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
No, it's not weird. It's incompetent.
Right, the second one, anyway, I hope you get this.
I hope you get this. Email in and tell us the answer.
This is a shambles, isn't
Hang
it?
on a
Come on,
minute.
keep going.
Go on.
He always gets what he wants and doesn't worry about anyone else. P.
And you don't know
You don't know that is.
I'm sure it'll come to me once I see it on email.
What do you mean? Once they get it, you'll agree with them.
I'll know if it's the one I had down as the answer.
This is brilliant.
Come on,
Imagine
it's the-
Jeremy Paxman doing that. Going,
Yeah, University
"What's-
Challenge."
Is that right? Go on.
Right, so that's that one.
Give us that one again.
He always gets what he wants and doesn't worry about anyone else. P.
But you're confused. I don't understand how you can be confused.
Yeah.
Alright, what's the final one?
The third one, I'll have to put that woman in the oven. And that's AB.
Alright, quickly give us them again.
Right, so the first one, don't argue with him, he ain't gonna change his mind. That's AA. He always gets what he wants and doesn't worry about anyone else. That's P. And, I'll have to put that woman in the oven. AB.
Alright.
Okay.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
I'm going to play a classic track now by
look forward to it.
Neil Young, Alabama. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Neil Young, Alabama. Carl is still confused. He's waiting. He's biting his fingers, waiting for an email to tell him the answer to the clue he made up but can't get. I love that as an experiment. As a I mean, that would confuse psychologists, that you come up with something that you can't get. It's brilliant.
Yeah, you came up with the question, you don't know the answer.
And you expect them to, but you can't, and you made it up. Look at your face, like play some adverts.
Alright, no, I don't know what you just
Wow.
about. There's something
We've
to
not.
be-
Even Jonathan Ross couldn't save this show.
No.
It is the only A celebrity I know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
all
it.
out of ideas. I thought we'd have a trivia game. That's rubbish because he can't read.
Alright.
Yeah, and that's what is it?
So
It's-
are we knocking the trivia game on the
Yeah, yeah.
Should we, let's have one final question.
what-
What's the answer?
What
For,
about
I
the
don't
answer?
know. I don't know.
For the Pope one.
I don't know.
We couldn't even figure out the question, Carl.
What's the stone? What's the stone?
Hang on a minute.
Just entertain yourselves at home while Carl looks for the question.
Anthurst.
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Yeah.
Anne Thirst. No, she was the first woman MP, I think you'll find. Amthurst. Ruby or Diamondo?
So have you got maybe a final question,
That's still
Carl? that
one
can
on it.
decide-
Okay,
is
do a
this one on
decider
it?
and then we knock this on the head.
Yeah.
Go on in.
Where? What?
Who?
Have you not been practicing in all these? We've had ads, we've had music.
Oh, where? What?
Rick, I don't think we should call ITV later. With this.
Maybe he was talking about Jonathan's inquiry about sartorial elegance tonight. Where
Yes.
what?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like summed up that
Yeah.
conversation in
What's
just
the
two.
most expensive?
You're like this. Peter the Great, you ever heard of Peter the Great?
No.
Okay, well anyway, Peter the Great had his wife's lover
Oh.
executed.
You'll love this, Carl.
Right, so his wife had a lover, he had him executed, and he put his head into a jar of alcohol, and his wife had to keep it in her bedroom. Do you understand? That's every time every morning she'd wake up, and there was her lover's head in a jar.
Who took his head off? He took his own head off.
Play a record.
Play a record!
She had a lover, and oh, never mind. Never mind. Mad World on XFM. We just had a text, Rick, from Andrew Barnes. He says he watched the same documentary, it would appear, as Carl did in the week. And he says here, just to clarify, the leech nose man got it up there when drinking from a muddy stream. And he goes on, one can only imagine the frightenedness he experienced.
Oh, Carl. Explain to him once more what happened with Peter the Great.
Alright, so we've got Peter the Great.
Yeah.
Okay. And his wife had a lover.
That's another man.
Another man.
Not Peter the Great.
She was having an affair with someone else.
Right.
And Peter the Great, he found out about that. Okay?
Yeah.
So he sliced off this bloke's head, he killed him, he executed him.
Right.
You with me so far?
The fella who
Oh, Jesus.
She was seeing for a bit.
Yeah, there's only two fellas involved
There's two
here,
people
though.
involved. One's Peter the Great, the other one's
Right,
not.
right.
The guy that's not Peter the Great...
Derek the Terrible.
Derek the Rubbish.
Yeah.
Right? He's having an affair with Peter the Great's missus. So Peter the Great slices off his head, puts it inside a jar of alcohol to preserve it, and puts it in his wife's bedroom. So every morning she wakes up, she sees her lover's head.
You'd have thought he wouldn't have wanted her to remember, wouldn't you?
Oh.
Best bury the head so she don't remember.
Well, it was a reminder so as not to put it about.
And did it work?
Oh, I don't know.
I love that. Again, that to me is an amazing thing to do. And you go, did it work? I mean, you've got quite an interesting mind, actually. I mean, you are, in some ways, really, really bright and intelligent. I love the way you think. You're one of the cleverest blokes in some ways that I know.
My dad always says I've got common sense.
Well,
yeah.
And that's more important than knowing about,
But it's
goldfish and that.
It's like you follow the subplot, which is quite an interesting thing, do you know what I mean? It's like, you tell you a story, you'll always pick up on something that I didn't even think was an important bit. It's like you're looking out of the window all the time.
So what's important about that head thing?
What do you mean?
The head in a jar.
It's a grotesque thing to do. It shows ego, power, cruelty, and revenge.
although I think it probably did work, because he is called Peter the Great.
Yeah.
So you'd assume he got it right.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can query that. That's the sort of facts you give us. You see now, you're on the other side of the fence, and you've got questions just like we've always got questions.
No, but in Carl's thing, it would have been, turns out, some weird happened, right, and he was still alive.
Yeah.
And so she was still having sex with body, and his head was watching.
Yeah.
And Peter the Great didn't even know.
See how he's perked up?
I understand what you're saying. Now, I've learned some other stuff, so I'll see if I can, educate you a bit before 3.
But I want to know, see what, I'll tell you what education I want. I want to know what sort of things I can buy this weekend.
Butt plugs.
No. Have you got any adverts?
Oh, yeah.
I've got another fact for you, Carl. Might be of interest to you, just the final one. The ancient Babylonians had few... What?
Can I just stop you there? What's a Babylonian?
My head's gonna burst! What do you mean, what's a Babylonian?
I've never heard of one.
No, but we'll work out, what's an Evertonian?
Someone who supports Everton.
Well, or from?
From Liverpool.
Yeah, so what's a Babylonian?
He's from Baba.
Yeah, well anyway, some people from Baba, ancient Baba, they didn't have very many doctors in those days, alright? Because they felt that illnesses should be left to the wisdom of the public, right? So if you were sick, okay, you were placed in the city centre, right? And then a passerby...
Outside Baba.
Outside Baba. And, a passerby who had suffered from the same ailment, or who had seen it treated in the past, they would pass by, they would give them advice on how to be cured. Do you understand? So there'd be no doctor, it's just people passing by would see, they'd say, what's wrong with you? And they'd say, well, blah, 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 I've had the same thing, here's some advice. And pedestrians were forbidden to pass such an individual without inquiring about the complaint and prescribing for it if they knew how to.
So hang on, so there's someone ill.
Yeah.
It's outside the town hall.
Yeah.
People walk past, go, what's up with you? They
Yeah.
go, oh, my foot hurts, and they go, you've got to do this to get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And were they ever right?
Well, what do you mean?
Were they ever right?
Well, how do we know?
What are you telling me?
What?
What have you just told me? What am I meant to take from that? You just said strangers sort of say, you've got that wrong with you.
I think he's sulking. I don't think he's ever going to take anything we tell him again because we don't.
No, but I don't
like the fact
understand
that he goes, monkeys can do armed robberies, and we go, no, they can't.
I don't understand what the problem is.
But how is that different from telling me that a Chinese woman ate dirt? How is that not the same sort of
Because
thing?
that's weird. Someone sat in Trafalgar Square going, I've got a headache and I go take some Nurofen, isn't shocking. I'm not a doctor, I've given a bit of advice.
But neither is the dirt lady. She's not particularly interesting. Neither of them are particularly interesting. I'm just trying to give you an example of the same sort of drivel you feed us every week.
Would you sort of have tea round at her house? It's weird. The Chinese woman.
Right, so it's weird. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. It's weirdness that you're interested in.
See, I thought that you were actually interested in sort of interesting
Well,
sort of stuff.
but if it's weird, it helps.
Carl, any New York related pun song titles?
New York.
Not New York, New York, or anything with New York. That's too. It's just something a little bit more lateral.
Do you know anyone who lives over there who's a native New Yorker?
Good one.
Nice.
Well, I said no New York though, so do one without New York in the title.
Do you know anyone who's been born in the USA?
Well, that's not specifically New York, is it? It's a big place, USA, so it's got to be to do with New York, but not mention New York.
Well, so it's a... They're living in the city.
Well, that's any city. That's any
what you
city.
said.
Yeah, but it's any city. It's got to be.
It's exhausting.
Well, think.
Positively.
Positively 4th Street. We just said loads there.
Yeah, well, you've had first dibs. Hang on a minute. The world...
That noise is actually Carl's brain just turning over. Go on.
What's the one about one big apple?
That's what's one. That the world is.
Yeah.
Right, I know what he's thinking of. The world's just a great big onion.
Joe the Taxi.
Well, that could be anywhere.
But a New York taxi.
But no, but that's not the title of the song. If it was New York Taxi, it would be banned anyway, because it's got New York in the title. We had Big Yellow Taxi, that is New York, it doesn't mention New York, it's a Joni Mitchell song, it works.
Is that picture now on a freeze frame?
What are the other streets?
Oh God! Carl! Okay, right. Say something right, think of something to do with New York, then see if that is a title of a song, and then say it out loud with your mouth. So something to do with New York. Is that a title of a song? Does it have New York in the title? If it doesn't, but it is about New York, then say the title of the song. So far, you've come up with titles with New York in the title.
Can you think of any others?
Well, yeah, we will
Have
in a
you got
minute.
one on your head?
I don't. Yeah, because you said that we had first dibs. You just saw how quick we just came up with them then. So come up with one.
What's the name of the statue? Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
Is there any songs with Liberty in?
Well, well, yeah. If they're about the Statue of Liberty, I'd let you have that. Crosstown traffic.
That could be any city.
No, but it was about New York. It was about crosstown traffic. It was about crosstown traffic.
What's the one about...
Jesus.
Where the streets have no name. Just numbers. Who sings it?
Is that?
You too.
Two, yeah. There you go.
You could have had Angel of Harlem, that would have been easier.
That would have been easier, yeah. And the streets do have names down
I'm not sure
sort of
that is
downtown.
about that town, is it?
Well, they haven't got names. Where the streets have no name. Where's that? New York.
Is it? Are you sure?
Well, where else would they be?
Well, there are some streets with names there, aren't there?
Yeah, there are.
Street.
Yeah, down south on Soho, they've all got names.
Yeah, but it's where the streets have no name. The streets in New York have no name. They're numbers.
No, some of them have names.
Where?
Well, we
New
just
York?
named some. Bleecker Street.
Yeah, I'm talking about New York.
That's in New York! It's what Simon and Garfunkel wrote about it.
It's down in Soho, Bleecker Street.
I don't want to play.
What's your pet's hate?
Just when there's shit somewhere.
What?
Oh, when there's shit somewhere and you can't find it and it stinks.
What?
I hate that.
Isn't that funny? I didn't get that. What do you mean?
Just what have you thought?
Faffing. Too much faffing. Like, is people always like, you can't do that? You have to phone 5 times. You have to put you on hold. People
Oh, you just mean an annoyance.
What did you think he meant?
He said a pet hate. I thought, right, okay, yeah, I would have said
Sorry,
faffing.
what do you mean?
What do you hate about having a pet? When there's shit behind it.
Okay, good night, everyone. Okay.
I don't word it like that.
I've known him for 10 years, and that surprised me.
Hang on,
That
faffing.
fucking surprised me. I'm really sorry about that.
Right, faffing,
A
yeah,
pet hate.
faffing.
A pet hate. When you're asleep and it licks your bollocks. What?
No, alright, I got the wrong end. Yeah, faffing, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me. That's great. Cheers. But XFM are bringing new listeners all the time. I've heard 4 or 5 a week.
Really?
Yeah. New listeners
Wow,
tune
man
in
alive.
to XFM
Radio
104.9.
1, beware.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, we might take it for granted the people that know who we are, know who you are, know who Karl is.
Sure.
Now,
listeners, certainly.
if if you're a regular, then you know exactly who we are. But for those of you who don't, I'm Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais, a BAFTA award-winning actor and, and writer.
Steve Merchant, all those.
A friend of yours.
Yeah, yeah. And this is the important thing. Karl Pilkington.
Absolutely.
Our producer. I say producer, he was the bloke who was lumbered with a job. When I said, listen, I used to run the desk in the old days when I was like, I used to press the buttons and run the desk and everything. And now I said, listen, I've been on the telly, I do not press my own buttons. And Karl said, well, I don't really work weekends. And they went, well, you do if you want to keep your job.
Absolutely.
And we were lumbered with him. And then we discovered that he's not just a little dork, a little manky sort of idiot.
Sure,
He's got nice shirt. He's got, you know what I mean? He's got something else.
Absolutely.
He's got a
He brings
certain,
another dimension, yeah.
Yeah, and he started having a little chat, and we discovered
We've
that he
grown to
had
love
quite a lot to say.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, and I think, I was wondering maybe we should maybe play another tune, but after that, I just think we should re-familiarise our radio audience with Karl, and any new listeners, just somehow gonna let them get to know the real Karl again.
Well, if you are new, you'll find that we like some old songs, some new songs, some chit-chat. We get serious sometimes, there's some tears and some laughter.
Yeah.
We kicked off with Oasis' new one, Little by Little. We're gonna go back in time now to Iggy Pop and his Stooges with I'm Bored. Iggy Pop on board on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
Steve Merchant here as well.
Yeah, little Karl Pilkington. Well, to reintroduce or introduce people for the first time to Karl, I think we should have a...
Yeah, maybe sort of a kind of a quick Q&A, Karl, and we don't need sort of lengthy answers from you, we don't need lots of detail. It can be just a couple of sentences.
Just to get
to
a
answer each
flavour of who
question.
you are.
Yeah, so firstly, name obviously Karl Pilkington. Age, Karl?
I'll be 30 next month.
Really?
This month? No, next. Where are we?
I don't think we need to ask any more questions.
We've done it.
That's
I
it.
think we've
Welcome
done it
to the world of Karl Pilkington.
I think that, I thought it would take 3 or 4
I thought it was
questions
gonna be at least-
to really
yeah.
explain
That
what
was the
Karl
first
was
question.
about. Oh,
Absolutely
God.
incredible. But
Well,
I don't know if you saw the thing the other week about the fella who's on that quiz show.
Oh.
Sort of
Oh, right, okay.
gay
Who?
fella, straight, sort of man, woman.
What are you talking about? Tell me what did you see? Tell me what you saw.
It's
this is like a kid come running in, and he's seeing something frightening. It could be an alien, could be a ghost, could be a paedophile, and you've got to get exactly what actually he saw out of him. Right, what did you actually see?
It's just this fella who's a woman.
Right. Right, okay, right, try and talk like a human being. Right.
It's a quiz show that's coming on the telly. And, it's this woman.
Right, is it a fella who's a woman, or is it a woman?
Bit of both, that's why I'm talking about it.
But what do you mean? Is it a pre-op? Is it a transsexual, a transvestite? Is it a ladyboy? Is it an hermaphrodite? What is it?
I'll tell you about it.
Well, tell me.
I'm telling you. It's a woman. Well, it's a man.
Oh, forget it.
Listen.
Play a record.
No, listen.
Come on.
What?
It is a man. He is a man. Well.
Oh, Christ's sake!
It's a TV programme where they've got this
transvestite or television?
It is a transvestite, yeah.
So
but the problem is, I'll tell you, just because you don't know about it, the programme is...
I don't know, I still don't know about it. I don't know anything about it, still. I don't know. It's a woman, man, woman, TV programme, look, TV.
No, it's a man who is now sort of half a woman. And...
A man who is now half a woman!
No, well, this is what's weird about it. He's got the top half, but not the bottom half.
What do you mean? He's got breasts and a wig, but he's still got his boys downstairs. He's
Why do you do that?
His caps and the boys are still there in his Y fronts,
Why
but
that?
upstairs he's got a lovely pair of dumplings.
Why do that?
Well, he's halfway through.
But why not get it all done in one go?
Maybe he couldn't afford it.
Well, wait until you've got all the money. That just looks a mess. And who's he pleasing there?
When he wakes up in the morning and pleases himself, he can't believe his luck. He doesn't know where to start.
No, but what I don't understand, I mean, you know, I don't want to seem...
Well, can I just finish that sentence? What you don't understand is just about everything.
Yeah.
Right, what...
I find it weird, right? I sort of get... I understand the gay thing, right? But...
Do you? What do you mean?
Well, you know, I know...
Well, tell me the gay thing. Explain the gay thing.
I just know if you're a fella, you like men. I don't know much more than that.
What do you mean you don't know?
But what I mean is, with a transvestite, what's going on there? What do they want?
Now, transvestite is a cross-dresser.
See, I don't get that either. Because...
You mean a transsexual?
That's a man who likes to dress in women's clothing. It's not necessarily... They're not necessarily gay.
They're not gay. They're often not gay.
They just happen to like wearing women's
clothes, right, yeah.
But then why not wear women's clothes that could be seen as a bloke's... Like Suzanne wears jeans.
No, but but that's
buy
the
women's
thing.
jeans.
But that's their problem, is it? They like being seen as a woman. They like being seen as a woman. It's not just that it's more comfortable, or they'd wear a kilt. They like being seen as a woman. They feel more comfortable.
Alright, and what's the deal with this fella who's got...
We don't know who this fella is.
No. We don't know this man who's half a woman.
He's called Miriam.
Oh, that's hot.
yeah, brilliant. I love this scientific basis.
No, I think...
So all he's done, he's had the tits done, he's probably had the hormones, probably lived as a woman for a while. The last step, because you can probably reverse the breasts anyway, because they're probably implants and hormonal things, and whereas you chop your knob and boys off, that's, you come back the next day and go, sorry, I didn't mean that, I wanted my ears pierced. It's a bit more of a bigger operation to put them back. So... doctors are probably making sure that he's just up to...
Surely if you've had the top half done, you're not going to go back on what you've said.
But no, what's the top half being done? I could get you breast implants, give you a bit of hormonal treatment.
Now that would be a great idea for next week.
and you could reverse it. What you can't do is grow a knob back.
Well, you can. Last week we were talking about growing one on your arm.
Yeah.
We've done that.
So that is possible. But the thing is, the truth of it is, I think I do know about this story. I think it was a television programme called There's Something About Miriam. The conceit of which was that this pre-op transsexual...
So I guessed that right, yeah.
Was masquerading as a woman.
Right.
And various blokes, who didn't realise that this was a man, had to
I've heard
try
about
and
this.
seduce her. And when they found out that it was actually a bloke, and a lot of them had kissed her, they refused to let it be shown.
I agree though. That's just terrible.
Yeah.
That's
it's
deceit.
absurd.
But I mean, that's awful. I hated that.
Yeah.
Karl, the human body is one of the things that you're actually genuinely fascinated in. This is one of the things that you admit is quite amazing.
And, I think we all agree with that. Here's some, quite incredible, stats and facts about the human body. What do you think of this? 50,000 of the cells in your body will die and be replaced with new cells, all while you're listening to this sentence.
Go on.
Well, that's it.
What's the sentence?
That was the sentence.
What was the sentence again?
Well, it doesn't matter. The sentence doesn't matter. 50,000 just dying and being replaced in that time.
But what are they doing?
Different cells do different things. Some are taste buds. Some carry hemoglobin and oxygen to other cells.
Yeah.
Some are skin. Some are liver.
I've heard about skin. I've heard about skin, sort of.
What? What you heard? A rumour about skin. You heard about skin? What?
It's just it
keeps
just,
all your stuff from falling on the fucking floor.
Well, it's the thing that makes you what you are as well, doesn't it? More
What do you
than
mean?
more than anything.
Why?
Well, without the skin, you're just a skeleton. You look all the same.
No, you're not just a skeleton. No.
Other than your lungs and your heart and your kidneys and stuff. What
Well,
I'm saying is, I went to
all the flesh on top and all the blood vessels. And all
I
the...
went to that bodies exhibition.
Yeah.
No, here we are. This is it. He knows all about the human body and science because he went to the bodies exhibition.
Do you know where the German fella cuts bodies up?
Yes.
Now, he had a load of people on show. Could have all been the same family. Because everyone, without the skin on their head, looks the same. Other than height,
Yeah.
everybody looks exactly the same.
And that's why racism is so stupid.
Well, it's a good point. Good point, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's saying that, though, I did think most of them were Chinese.
Well, there is obviously so much to discuss, Ricky. I wonder, in an effort just to provoke some initial thoughts, if I can offer another quote from the great Carl Sagan, who said, advances in medicine and agriculture have saved vastly more lives than have been lost in all the wars in history. So quite a...
Yeah, just shows you shouldn't really worry about war.
What do you mean? As
Not a big problem, is it? Obviously. So, that's a good point there, Carl. War's not as bad as a lot of people make out. What do you think, Carl? Overrated? Too much fuss about all...
Well, I don't know anyone who's died in a war, but I know loads of people who have died from, cancer and what have you. So, is that going on Carl's quote? Does that work? Is he right? What did he say?
Good, well, we're off to a fascinating start.
Right, coming to Christmas. Some people forget the true meaning of Christmas. I just think it's drinking and giving presents. But obviously it comes from the story of the Nativity. Very briefly, what is the story of Christmas, as you remember?
It's baby Jesus was born. That's it.
Okay, can we expand on that a little? Let's start the night before. What happened on Christmas Eve?
She was, Mary was pregnant.
Right.
She's wandering about, probably knowing it was due. Was she knocking about with the three fellas at that point?
No. No. Three fellas being...
The wise men?
No.
She wasn't with them?
No. Who was she with?
I honestly don't know.
What was her husband called?
Her husband was... I don't know. I wasn't that interested in Ari. Jesus was born.
Right, okay, and Mary and Joseph, yeah?
Yeah.
They travelled, didn't they? On a donkey.
Yeah.
What happened?
She's pregnant.
Yeah, we've done that.
And then she's like, I'm going to have this kid in a bit, sort somewhere out.
Right.
He says, we're going to struggle.
She came from Salford.
It's Christmas Eve.
Right.
And they stayed at her...
No, it wasn't Christmas Eve, was it?
Alright, then it's just a normal day.
Yeah.
And they stayed, they couldn't find it. They couldn't find anywhere.
Right.
So they stayed in a stable.
Right.
She had the kid on December 25th. That's it.
Then what happened?
That's it, really.
No, it was the three fellas she was knocking about with at the beginning.
The wise men.
Right.
And there was a star involved. They followed a star. You see, you're making me look like a divvy, but it wasn't an important lesson at school. I'm not a Catholic or anything. I'm nothing. I'm sort of... My mum even said, she said, don't tell anyone that you're not anything. She said, because something about witches. When I was a kid, when you're a kid, you're at risk of being taken away by...
People think he's a character. People think this is scripted.
No.
Imagine if I bothered writing this.
But it's not important. It's so not important, this story.
What did your mum say about witches?
No, she just said don't go around telling people you're not christened or anything.
Right.
I did a Sunday school thing called Crusaders.
Right.
Joined that, but I just went on like the Friday when they had Sabutio table football, and then they came knocking on the Sunday saying, "Come on, you've got to come with us."
Right.
And I went, and it was rubbish. There was no Sabutio. There was an old fella reading out a smelly Bible, really old books, and I hated it. I said, "I'm not going on a Sunday again." So I used to just go on the Friday, and that is religion for me.
There you go.
I didn't need it. I don't need an old story.
Final thoughts? What does Christmas mean to you then, Karl? If you don't like old stories, what does Christmas mean to you? Just look down and tell people what they should be thinking of this Christmas. What does it mean to you?
It's hassle, isn't it, Christmas? Got to buy presents. The meal's alright, the food's alright.
It's the best, isn't it? If the roast dinner is the, the king of meals, surely the Christmas roast is the king of roasts.
Yeah. Christmas. I could do without it. If someone said, we're getting rid of it, I'd go, alright. I don't like all the build-up. I don't like that bit in between Christmas and New Year when nothing's happening. That's a dead week. Nothing goes on. People are still off for Christmas. Christmas has happened. Get back to work. You can get nothing done. Everything comes to a standstill. Why do you like Christmas?
I like being allowed to drink gin and tonic at 10 AM while watching Noah Ledman's give little sick kids presents.
But that's what I mean. That's what it's about. It's not about... You're saying to me, telling me the story of baby Jesus. You haven't got a clue yourself. It's not about that. It's about, like you say, eating chocolates. Same as Easter is for fat people with chocolate. I love Easter. No, you don't. You like eggs. You like chocolate, you fat little... Do you know what I mean? So, we don't need it. Maybe back then, when you were, wise men knocking about a desert, they needed something to look forward to. They probably didn't live that long.
I don't think they were looking forward to Easter, though, were they?
No, but listen. But
Jesus certainly wasn't looking forward to Easter.
Back then, when you watch Scrooge, everyone's looking forward to it. Tiny Tim, go and get a chicken. Now, these days, have a chicken when you want. Anyone can afford it. So it hasn't got the same values.
Tiny Tim, go and get a chicken. Oh.
Happy Christmas.
Brilliant.
Right. If you go to places that you're in danger of being kidnapped, you're meant to have a code word. So that when the people who've nicked you call up the London office, they go, we've got Ricky, Steve and Karl here.
Right.
And the London office go, yeah.
Give us your code word.
Well, at the time, it was Congress tart.
Congress tart?
How are you going to slip that into a conversation?
No, you don't slip it in. They've got a bag over your head, gun to your head or whatever, tell them you've been kidnapped, and you go, Congress tart, and they go, bloody hell, he's been kidnapped. Before you know it, the A-team's coming in.
Right. So, ring. Hello, Karl, mate, how's it going?
Congress tart.
What?
Congress tart.
Rick, who's on the phone, mate?
It's Karl. He said Congress tart, so he's definitely been kidnapped. Who are they? What do they want?
Right. Who am I talking to now? Because
them. Ask them.
What do you want? He's asking what you want.
Well, there's no one here to do that bit of role-playing, so maybe you should tell me what they're saying.
They said, they just said they want to use me as bargaining power.
But what do they want?
What do they want? We'll see if we can...
But what do you actually want? Oh. What would they want? Is it money? Give them money.
Okay, money.
£5 million.
Too much.
I'm not spending that sort of cash. I've worked hard
No, you
for
don't
this.
do that.
I'm not spending that cash.
See, this is what worries me.
I'm not spending $5 million to get you back.
That's what's worrying.
No.
Because that's what would have happened.
Can't we negotiate? Put them on.
Yeah, here's Ricky.
Right, you've got to play him as well, though. Hello?
Hello?
Who's that?
Never mind who it is. Where's me $5 million?
Can't afford $5 million at the moment.
We're going to kill this kid if you don't give us the $5 million.
How can
We're
you call
getting
him a
sick
kid?
of him.
Why? What's he doing?
He's just shouting Congress tart. Give him the money. Give us the money.
Okay.
I wouldn't have got him to call you, actually. There's no way. There's no way.
Okay, let's have a break. Oh, God! Oh, God! Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
Creators, writers, directors, star of The Office. If you're a fan of that show...
Who isn't?
Yeah, then you've got a treat coming up because it's the entire first series...
Well, if they're a fan, Rick, then they will have already bought the DVD and already seen the show.
Oh, no. Wait, let me finish. It's the entire first series, but with extra bits. We've got interviews of people, it's a retrospective, people talking about it, A-listers, chatting about why they think The Office is genius. Not my words, I do think it's brilliant. Yeah. Do you know my favourite thing in The Office?
Go on. You? Thought as much, yeah.
Yeah.
When I first saw The Office, I was struck by how original it was on a bunch of different levels. And I think upon first viewing, I thought, that's really great. And then upon my 38th viewing, realized how genius it was.
My first impression of The Office was that it was a masterpiece, and unfortunately, as time passed by, nothing interfered with that glow.
It was so fresh and new in terms of the style, and for me, it reminded me of a style of humor that I think in Spinal Tap, Chris Guest and those guys created. I saw that show and I was like, this is incredible.
When I first saw The Office, I thought, finally, there's something funny being done in the world.
I think the thing that I was most struck by is how original a character David Brent was.
Timothy! Hello. All right. Have a quick word. Sure. Old office. Walk this way. Always start with a joke.
I've never seen a character in a movie or in television who is that obsessed with what people think of him. And I think a lot of the comedy comes from that. He's got way too much self-awareness, but way too little real self-awareness.
His self-image is, I'm the boss, but because I'm really funny, and I'm a really funny bloke, I'm also immensely popular. I can have a joke and a laugh with the people who, I'm supposed to have authority over, and they love me for it, and all that obviously is always wrong.
What's up? Hey, what's up? I love that. What's up?
Oh. Tim is the one that you hope you are in The Office, even though he's depressed and thinks his life is being pissed away in this place. You love watching Brent, but you don't want to be Brent, you want to be Tim.
That didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen because of my overwhelming charisma. Do you know what I mean? It happened because they wanted Tim to be the kind of, I suppose, the emotional focus, or at least they wanted him to be the audience, yeah. And he was,
Hey, dude.
Give it back.
I'm just using it for a second.
It's got my name on it. Apparently they had a completely different idea when they were writing it of the sort of person that Gareth would be. He was supposed to be a much bigger, more macho kind of guy, and so I've heard that when I came in and auditioned, they changed their mind.
Because if you're genuinely physically scared of somebody, if it had been Tim and Lee, that kind of character, then you just think, I think he's going to hit Tim. He's going to beat him up, Whereas it's kind of Tim and Gareth. You think there's a man who thinks he's Napoleon, but look at him.
That's the correct way. Do you want to try that with me?
I'm fine.
Well, I'm supposed to witness you do it so I can tick the box.
Every single one of those characters is so perfectly cast and in a sort of new, informal way.
Hello, Random Hog.
And Dawn, just the perfect look, the perfect pitch. Not so fabulous that, of course, everyone will be in love with her, but you slowly fell in love with her while you watched her.
I've got kind of It's hot hand, sorry.
Right, just don't touch my head. With Dawn, sometimes I wanted to give her a bit of a shake, you know, because she didn't pursue the guy that she really did want to. She didn't even get out of a relationship she really should have done.
You can say something.
And she had ambitions that she never really even attempted to pursue.
You just changing your mind, as you always do.
What's wrong with that?
I think the camera is like another character in the office. It's a whole other member of our show. Because it added so much depth, I think, to what people said and did.
Obviously, one of the key aspects of the show was the sort of documentary style, and that had sort of been born out of how we'd originally got it made, and we shot something in a little documentary style, and we did that because it was a very quick way of filming. You can get a lot done quickly in a documentary style. You've got to worry about the finesse. And then over time, we realised that the whole sort of documentary boom that was happening at the time, the sort of docu-soap, things like Driving School and the Airport programme, were throwing up these amazing characters who suddenly were acting in a very specific way because of the fact they were being filmed.
I think the most extraordinary thing about the documentary format, obviously, was Ricky's performance with the camera.
Good. Well done. Well done again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because he was giving his own editorial version of how he thought he was doing. So that you had his ghastly behaviour, and then on top of the fact that he thought that his ghastly behaviour was absolutely excellent and cool and interesting and complicated.
Hey, Finchy!
Finchy comes in a ball of horrendous energy, you know, saying the crassest things, and Tim is able to go, you getting this? This is what I have every day of my life, you know.
Oh, yeah, speak to yourself.
We wanted the look and the feel of the office to be very oppressive and very drab and ordinary and boring.
They had such a definite idea of what it should be, and it took 3 years to get it to the stage where they could actually make it. That's what made it a success, that they knew exactly what they were doing.
We didn't want anything sexy or cool or rock and roll. It was all anti that.
The opening titles, they just blew me away. I remember first time I saw it. The things you're seeing are so dull and grey, but it's shot in this incredibly cinematic way. And the slow pans and the low shot looking up at that horrible building. It makes it look epic, and the music is very epic, but what you're looking at is unimaginably dull. There's no doubt about what this is about.
One of the first things that Ricky ever did as the David Brent character, he had a couple of scenarios in his head that used to play out for me when we worked together. One of which was his character, his sort of seedy boss character, interviewing a woman and his slightly lascivious, lecherous manner, which is actually something we downplayed in Brent. Brent, in the original form, was a lot more seedy, perhaps, than he later became, but certainly that scene where he's interviewing the girl...
It showed another side of David Brent, because he didn't really know how to act.
Right. The interview. See what we've got here.
Karen Roper. Curriculum vitae. Brent doesn't think that that's creepy. He thinks that's romantic. He thinks he's a bit of a Lothario. He's thinking he's setting the mood for love. He doesn't think this is seedy or anything, does he? So he thinks she's going to go, you're the most interesting man I've ever met. And you're handsome with your little beard.
One of the things is it's a great physical performance by Ricky. You know, I mean, obviously the gestures have now become slightly over well known, the tie, and the looks to camera. But he does sometimes, every so often, he will do bigger stuff. No.
Dave,
Oh, I'll do.
Julian, can you give us a ring, please?
Go away. Good bloke. Good laugh.
Dave, it's Paul again. I don't think.
Leave me alone. It's fine. It's fine, that one. There's loads and loads of moments, just the way he'll be when a woman's around, as opposed to the way he'll be when someone who he's frightened of will be around, some higher status person will be around.
All that sort of stuff, yeah. Just like complete control of the body. And it's all that now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, it's all...
Busy?
Yeah, just keeping up the morale.
Can we have a chat?
Yeah.
One of the things that we were exploring in the office is that cusp of blue-collar to white-collar, regular guys working in an office instead of a factory or being a mechanic. And what we did was we showed the difference between the two worlds, the world upstairs and the world in the warehouse.
Well,
This is scary, David. Don't tie any more cash up in stock unless you have to.
Thing is,
I'm sure you could lose more people from down here. Who's the foreman?
Taffy! Taffy! Glyn!
What?
We'll call him Taffy.
David Brent is caught between those two worlds because he wants to be a lad, but he wants to mix with management as well. And it comes to a head when he's down there with Jennifer Taylor-Clark.
What are you watching?
That's my dog shagging his dog.
Oh,
Glyn, I'm sure David's made it clear to you that you'll be losing personnel.
That's the funny bit. Look at Guz's face.
He's trying to be cool and a lad, but he knows it's wrong. And he knows this thing, sexism, he's heard of that, and he knows about misogyny, he knows all those things, he knows all the isms, he just doesn't really fully understand them or go along with them all.
Take this upstairs, we're a bit busy.
You don't look busy.
Would you want me to get busy, love?
Sorry?
You be next, Gazza likes and posh.
A word with you now.
Yeah. That was out of order in a way. No, I'm not in trouble.
What she needs is a good shagging.
I might bloody have to now. See you later.
David Brent hates having a woman as a boss. Deep down, he hates it. And he hates being undermined anyway by a woman. He hates being undermined by anyone in front of the camera. So it just, his world just implodes in that episode. One of the other themes in The Office is comedy itself. You know, you get a lot of things off your chest. We had a go at people just shouting catchphrases.
Ricky, leave it!
Props, just bringing in a funny thing.
Brilliant. Oh, God, look at that.
Pointing stuff out. Bad observation comedy, just pointing stuff out and expecting to get a laugh from it. Impressions. Impressions particularly of other comedy characters. Timothy!
All right. Also the parameters of jokes, you know, good taste, bad taste, you know, what you think you can get away with, what you should say, what you shouldn't say.
I'd say, at one time or another, every bloke in the office is woken up at the crack of dawn.
What?
People write good sense of humour as the thing they most want in their partners, and very, very few people actually have a good sense of humour. And David Brent is a fabulously tragic and comic creation because he really thinks he's got a great sense of humour. He thinks he's a great undiscovered comedian, and he really isn't.
We were very careful that David Brent didn't say, I want to be a comedian. He'd say, I'm a comedian. He thought he was a comedian who just hadn't been discovered yet. And now he's thinking that as this goes out, this is his series. This, to him, was like his own comedy show.
Have you heard,
Oh, have you heard, Michael Jackson's new song he's doing? No. He's teamed up with West Ham football team, apparently. Yeah. Doing On Forever Blowing Bubbles.
I think Tim genuinely wants to be able to honestly laugh at stuff David says, because he can see he's dying every day. He sees that he's failing in all his attempts to be everyone's mate and to be funny. And Tim sees he's failing, you know, and he wants to... He would love to think, oh, he's going to really make me laugh now, you know.
What's white and slides down toilet walls?
I don't know.
Michael Jackson's latest release. George Michael's.
Good night. Oh.
The pregnant pauses that take place on The Office are just I think that they're longer. Those comedic beats obviously have existed before, and they're always sort of fun to play as long as there's emotion and feeling behind them. But The Office takes those moments a little bit longer.
What? Nothing. See you later.
See you later. Take care.
Finch was brought in to show people that Brent wasn't a bastard. Because like I said, he was the boss from How, he was awful. He's not that awful. He's a bit of a twit. He wants to be loved. He wants to be hugged. He's like all of us. He wants to be popular. And his biggest mistake was confusing respect with popularity, okay? Whereas Finch is a nasty man. He's a bully. He's a narcissist. He's spiteful.
Speak to yourself.
Come on, spit it out, as your boyfriend said last night.
I was just going to say that back to you.
Yeah, but I don't have a boyfriend, you do.
You can't get a bloody word in edgeways.
Can't get what in edgeways?
Matron.
Yeah, come on then, fat lad.
Oh, fat lad, always. Oh, God. Finchy.
By having talked about Finch for so long, and to see Brent's excitement about this man, to finally have him arrive and obviously be a crushing disappointment.
Well, what was fun about that is that whenever anyone says to you, you love my brother, He's just like you. No, he's not. I'm going to hate him. I don't want to meet him. He's going to be a nightmare, isn't he? Right? And the other thing, of course, is that, once again, Brent's blind spot. Finch doesn't love Brent like Brent loves Finch. They're not a double act.
Current champions are this team here, the Dead Parrots.
Bereft of life. He sleeps. If you hadn't nailed him to the perch, you would be pushing up the daisies.
One of the main themes of The Office was men as boys and women as adults. So, boys never grow up. Their ego, their competitive spirit, their "Mum, look at me," never really goes away. And nothing brings out that male ego like a quiz.
Which insect produces gossamer? Go on, what is it? I want you to answer. Finchy. What is it? It's a spider.
The spider is an arachnid, not an insect, yeah?
Yes.
6 legs, all right legs, eh? Thank
Yes.
you.
We can't stand to lose a quiz. Men can't stand to lose. If you're playing Trivial Pursuits, and I've heard myself say, "Oh, you got a pie for who's Mickey Mouse's girlfriend? I got Dostoevsky's first 3 novels. It's ridiculous." And you go, "Right, forget the pie. Right, just answer questions. Who knows the most?" You know, we can't stand it. So we thought it was just a great way, apart from being a good office observation, it was to bring out the absurdity of men. My favourite episode, staff training.
I think one of the things we did when we started writing was sit down and for ages we just talked about offices we'd worked in, experiences we'd had, and obviously all the same things kept coming up. And one of those things that we'd both experienced in different places was training, being taught things that you already knew, you know, and how to work as a team. And we just thought, well, that's a kind of given as an episode.
The staff training day episode is my favourite, and yeah, it's because it's like a holiday. It's only 2 doors down the corridor that everyone's gone on holiday, but they're out of the office and it's like a day trip, and you've got a new face coming in to talk to them.
My name's Rowan, and I'm going to be leading us through today's sessions.
Under me. Go on.
Well, as David says, actually has briefed me, says that a lot of what we're covering I think you'll be familiar with, but it's not necessarily a bad idea to recap anyway.
It's a breath of fresh air for the people in the office, but quite the opposite for David Brent, who sees it as a real challenge to his authority to have this guy coming in and telling them what he should be telling them.
I'm going to play a very bad hotel manager who just doesn't care.
So,
and
if it's a Basil Fawlty type character, then with their tale, maybe I should do it just for the comedy.
Yeah, well, let me just play, just to kick things off, okay?
I'll probably bring so much to this role anyway, so...
Right.
He couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand competing with this guy. I mean, he brought him in to train him, but then he wanted to be the boss, and it was just so much fun to watch him squirm, just to try and get in the front of the queue for attention.
Right, so, well, some interesting points.
Very interesting points.
Flagged up there. It's not quite the point I was trying to make.
Different points to be made.
I'm more interested really in customer care.
So am I. It's Tim's opportunity, I think, just for a little sleep. And to spend time with Dawn, and he can kind of, you know, nudge her and just have little quiet asides with her, you know. That's perfect, you know. I mean, I remember that sort of situation from school. Any excuse just to spend time with the girl that you fancy is the best thing ever, you know.
The documentary style gave us a whole new element to that romance that I don't think people have been able to do before, because suddenly they were under a microscope all the time, and it meant that they couldn't express themselves in the way that you can in a regular show. In a regular show, you can take someone behind closed doors and you can declare your love, and it's fine, and it's between the two of you. But in our documentary world, that camera was always on them, was always spying. So it meant that everything was much more illicit, that the time they shared together was always being observed.
I remember Ricky and Steve saying that they were really fascinated by non-verbal communication, you know. And just how body language is however much % of our communication, you know, but it's a big one. It's a big percentage of it, and it's kind of the most important telling stuff.
That feels nice, actually. Doing that with the nails.
Shh. When are you going out then?
End of the week
when
drink.
When are you going out then?
Well, tonight, hopefully, I thought.
Hello,
mate.
Hi.
That's real. I've got kind of... It's hot hands, sorry.
Right, just don't touch my head.
Oh,
that way.
Ooh! Yeah, I know. Like
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Thanks, Tom.
You're so lovely.
No, I'm not lovely. No, you are.
Snotty.
You're snotty, and I'd marry a snot.
think if I were a viewer, I would have enjoyed watching Tim and Dawn and their journey because it didn't seem implausible and it didn't seem unreachable. They made it feel as if you could have these little things inside you, these little stories that can come out, rather than it being this glossy Hollywood love story where they all end up brilliantly happy, but everyone's unbelievably rich and beautiful and in, you know, sunny lands, and it doesn't feel like where we are, you know what I mean? And so I think I would have enjoyed seeing it play out.
For someone like me, the romantic drama, particularly of the great Christmas special, you know, is one of the great romantic comedies of all time, one of the great romantic stories of all time. I mean, I think the very best sitcoms have had profound things at the bottom of them. I suppose that's what makes them good.
All of my favourite shows have always had a sort of romantic strand in them, whether it be Northern Exposure or Moonlighting or Friends. And I think it's one of the reasons, one of the things we liked is the kind of soap opera feel that the best of those shows have. You know, soap opera not being a sort of a damning phrase at all, that actually there's something about watching from week to week and building an understanding of that world and caring about those characters that's very unique to television. And a lot of British comedies don't seem to do that enough, and it seems strange. You know, you're coming week after week, so you can draw people in, and so we were very keen to have that romantic thread, because we knew if we just kept going, it would just become the sort of beating heart of the show in a way.
The supporting cast were actors, but sometimes it just said in the script, man one, woman one. And we gave them all names anyway, just in case it popped up, because we wanted that realism. They came in every day, they were sat in their seats, and they'd really be typing. And then one thing in the script said, someone leaves a message on his answer phone, and it was Ewan, and he was just cracking us up.
Hello, you're through to Keith. I will be at training all day today. Please call me or leave a message and I will call you tomorrow.
One of our pet hates was exposition, where someone walks into a room and goes, Jonathan, you know your sister, the one that went to the Gambia, who's a doctor? Yeah. But we found out that we could do that with Keith because of his strange laconic tone. He could remind the audience what had happened and what was embarrassing. So it was funny anyway, but for people who'd forgotten, oh yeah.
So you resigned then?
Yeah, I've just got to hand him a notice, make it official. You know.
You embarrassed yourself and all, didn't you, asking Dawn out?
No, I didn't ask her out. That was... Why does everyone think... It was as a friend,
right,
okay? It was just as a friend.
You see, it ended with me taking a bite into the Scotch egg. We're talking about watching peak practice. Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching peak practice with your life.
Yeah.
Not for me, I like it.
I'll just stay...
That was so good. That was so good. Something would put us off, or something would go, and one of us would always kind of crack and lose it, and we just couldn't get it right. We got through 3 or 4 Scotch eggs, and eventually they had to give me ones back that had a bite taken out of them because they didn't have enough bought for the number of takes it took. So a couple of times I had to disguise a bite that had already been taken out and go in again. Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching peak practice with your life.
Yeah, it is.
Not for me, I like it.
Yeah, I just stayed in at a big... It was one of the 400,000 scenes that we couldn't do in under 4 hours because it was just a lot of laughing, you know.
I was the worst corpser of all. Yeah, I mean, it's strange because my job is to try and make people laugh for my own amusement, but sometimes that goes wrong and I can see fear in their face, or I found myself funny and I'd laugh and ruin a take. Also, even if you've written the lines, if they're funny, I still laugh.
What's the difference? A dwarf is someone who has disproportionately short arms and legs.
I'm so sorry.
What's the difference? A dwarf is someone
Fucking hell! You can't help corpsing. You can't help. You can help putting people off and making them corpse. But if someone's finding something funny, you know, I celebrate that, really.
I thought I found a lump. I examine myself regularly. I get checked out. It's fine, but terrifying. Testicular cancer. Cancer with them old testicles. What's that?
Oh, that was a great one. We'll do it again.
Please.
We'll do it again. Damn.
Steve came over once in the office and said, Rick, it's like making your own TV show isn't interesting enough for you. You've got to have other things going on. And so, I do, you know, I multitask. I try and get something in the can, and I try and ruin the tape for my own amusement.
Action.
9.99 pure silk, so I had to snap it up. OK.
He can't stand to do the same take twice, and so he would change something about it every time.
Action.
And Wally Burton, 2 for 10 quid, so I went, yes, please.
Something would have to be different, and that was the thing that would crack you up.
Action.
And, you know, Deaf Nobby Burton, who comes around with a case, 2 for...
Why are you making it harder for yourself?
OK, I'm sorry. OK, I'll just say Nobby Burton, who comes around with a case. 2 for 10, I've got 4.
I think sometimes he'll improvise an idea that will amuse him and that will amuse someone else. And now Ricky thinks, right, OK, I've got them now. And then he will just keep going. He just thinks, well, this for my own amusement. Even though we're making a TV show, the clock's ticking, we're losing money, and we've got to get it on BBC Two. He's thinking, no.
That probably contributed to making it so funny as well, because it was so fresh. Each one of those takes that finally got into the series was unique.
I've only just reached a point where I can watch it now and enjoy it and not really be thinking about how it was made or what he was doing that day that was terribly annoying. Now I start to see it, I think, for the first time as audiences do, and I can't remember some of the episodes, I can't remember some of the scripts. Jokes amuse me now for the first time, and so I've just got to a point where I can sort of see it and enjoy it, and now I feel more proud perhaps than I did then, because I really feel excited when I see a little clip of it somewhere, because it just feels such a three-dimensional world. I think that's the thing you're always trying to chase as a writer, is a world in which people believe those characters exist and that somewhere they're out there, and that, I think, you know, is its sort of greatest, for me at least, our greatest achievement.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got fond memories of everything from meeting Steve to winning the Golden Globes, you know.
What I think really, you know, has changed American television is that by bringing over an American version of The Office and really staying true to the tone of the original, and then it becoming a success in America, has totally revitalized comedy on television in the States.
I keep it on in my house sometimes just for comfort. I just keep it on. I'm not even necessarily watching it. I'm just sort of listening to it because I find it comforting to... That sounds weird. Yeah, I keep my pants on.
We've always been a bit staggered at how successful The Office has been worldwide, and I think that what I love about it the most is that the characters are essentially the same in the remade shows. Brent is still Brent, and Tim and Dawn still Tim and Dawn, Gareth still Gareth, even though the names aren't the same. The characters essentially are...
At one time or another, every bloke in the office is woken up at the crack of dawn.
What?
Lâche réceptionniste. Ça va?
Ah oui, oh, viens. Anne, viens. Oh oui, viens, Anne. Oh, viens!
À la camita!
Put my stapler inside a jelly again. That's the third time he's done it. It wasn't even funny the first time.
Il est chiant, il arrête pas de me mettre du fromage partout dans mes affaires.
Pero mire, pero cómo hay a desperdiciar comida, hombre, por Dios. Pero cuánta gente puede alimentar.
I thought I found a lump.
Realmente me encontré un poroto, una cuestión re fea.
Cancer des testicules. Mes pauvres petites testicules. C'est quoi?
It's a bit of brie.
What, from down there? See you later.
I look back and there was that romance with writing our first sitcom, you know. But I couldn't be proud of The Office. I honestly couldn't be proud of The Office, even if it hadn't won any awards and hadn't done. You know, I think that I was proud when we'd finished writing it. I knew that we'd done our best. And it's the first time I've ever tried my hardest at anything as well.
There was nothing really about that job, the entire job, that was not very enjoyable, especially in hindsight. Because you come away and you do lots of other jobs. I've done lots of jobs before and lots of jobs since. And as always, you don't fully appreciate things when they're going on, you know. You forget that, this isn't all going to be as much fun as this, you know.
I haven't worked on anything that was such a joy to work on since. I've worked on some great stuff and had a great time, but there was something very special about that, about working on that, and we knew it.
That particular job was full of nice people, funny people, smart people, and people that I was glad to see every day, and sorry when that ended.
I'm still proud of it to this day, and people ask me about it the whole time, and I'm always happy to answer their questions, because it was a very important part of my life and still is.
My biggest ambition from a young age was to write, honestly, was to write and be involved with a sitcom that would be thought of, fondly, and possibly even amongst, the sort of much-loved sitcoms. And I feel like to some degree we've achieved that. And so now I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of my life. Now I've got to sort of recalibrate my expectations. Now I'm just filling up the hours before I die. That's why I'm here today. That's not gloomy, is it?
You got voiceover work, though, haven't you?
I've got some voiceover work. Yeah, I've got some voiceover work. Barclays.
Sell out.
This is the worst part of my job.
You know, you just mentioned there about sort of no knickers and that.
Is this going to be your Auntie Nora?
No.
Right.
It's just, like the last flat that I lived in, I always had a good view across the road, and I could see, it was the hairy... There
was the hairy Chinese
not
kid.
hairy Chinese kid, he was just a Chinese kid, actually.
Yeah.
Running
Because
about.
that's rare, isn't it? Hairy Chinese kid's very rare, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's only one official sighting, isn't there? In one of those shit little magazines that you buy.
Yeah, he was running around in his underpants.
Sorry, you just swore ironically. I mean, I imagine if there's any newspapers listening, you did that because you're sort of jokey and...
Yeah, go on, let's not swear.
And there was the old woman who didn't move, she was just sat there reading the book all the time.
Who we think possibly died and no one came round for weeks,
and now I've moved, right? And it was quiet for a bit. I always look at what view I'm getting, right? Looks across and it was just sort of empty, sort of flats ready for people to move in and that, right? Anyway, people are in there now, right? And they've put all the furniture in, but I haven't put any curtains up.
Oh.
Right. So anyway, I'm sort of washing up, just having a look out the window.
Yeah.
Right. Girl sort of wandering about, knickers on. Right.
With no knickers on.
You mean naked?
No knickers. Well, she had a bra on.
Right. Okay.
But,
she was probably looking for a knicker.
So I thought, and I don't know how long I was looking.
No.
Right. But anyway, she looks across.
Oh, God.
I think she spotted me.
Yeah.
I think, oh, God. I felt really bad.
Yeah.
I said to Suzanne...
Sorry, is this some sort of Peeping Tom confession while the Telegraph are listening?
I've no idea.
Well, it's not... That's the thing, though.
Peepington.
If I was peeping, she was peeping as well, because she was looking over. Works both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, all she could see of you was your bald head.
Yeah.
No.
And your hands moving as you were washing up. And some white-looking substance frothing up.
Particularly stubborn stain on this glass.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Imagine that. Imagine if she looked across. I'm assuming your sink is lower than the window.
But didn't she just cover up or something? Or she looked back and go, oh, you looking at my fanny?
Well, the thing I did...
What?
I thought, just sort of drop me boxer shorts. Because I
What?
thought... Well, Suzanne said, what are you doing?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No, just so they can see me cheeks of me.
What are you talking about?
No, because I thought
if she thinks I'm walking about in the nude as well, then we've both got something out of it.
Carl!
This sounds like a bad excuse in court.
I know.
This is
or the plot of a film on Channel 5.
I mean, this is like the doctor who got done right for exposing himself to a patient and said and then painted that little thing. That you look down their throat at pink.
Yeah.
And going, this is what they saw.
yeah.
No, so sorry, you immediately, so you were looking at a woman dancing around naked, right? So the only thing you could do was immediately drop your boxer shorts.
So she looked across, saw you fully clothed, saw you took your boxer
No,
shorts.
she wouldn't have done, because it's sort of just the top half and the sink's at a side angle, so I was sort of looking out.
So she wouldn't have seen your trousers then anyway?
No, she did. I moved in front of the window.
So you then laid them... you actually climbed in front of the window.
Oh, this is amazing!
So you climbed in front of the window to show off
it wasn't
your naked
obvious.
lower half.
Suzanne said, "What are you doing?"
I bet she did.
What are you looking at?
I sent you in here to clean
up. What are you
up.
doing? I'm just taking my trousers down, standing by the window. Why? Because there's a naked woman across the road. What do you think I'm doing, Suzanne? I'm exposing myself while looking at some free funny.
Leave it.
What's up with you, Suzanne?
Leave it then. Leave it.
Christ.
Are we doing Rockbusters? Or
Yeah.
Oh, she sent you in there to read up on Einstein. She comes in and finds that.
Oh, brilliant!
Anyway.
Wait a minute, can I just check? A final question. What did the woman across the way... What happened? What was her reaction?
I didn't look again. I just thought you've seen a bit of action as well. We're both happy. Let's leave it.
So were you waddling around like a penguin with your trousers around your ankle?
I just was walking about, and Suzanne said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'll explain to you in a bit, but don't look out the window because then it's
Excellent.
obvious."
Then he sees she calls her husband to look at Carl walking around naked. He goes, "Oh, she's got a quick, Suzanne, get him out. There's only one with him. Get some more friends. They've gone one more."
Anyway,
brilliant. Right, play a record and come back to Rockbusters and Monkey News. We haven't got enough time to do Rockbusters. Oh, God Almighty! What have you prepared for this show now? You've had 3 months to prepare.
Yeah.
What have you got? What have you got for us? Okay, what's happened in the last 3 months?
What, in this place or just my life?
Well, what have you got for us? With 3 months, we're cloning about. You get Mondays off, you're getting paid for it, you've got a cushy deal, you're having a laugh, you're taking the piss out of the management, right? So, what have you got for us?
Give it to us.
I've kind of updated Rockbusters a bit.
Right, brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, so... And you said don't mess with it. If something's good, don't mess with it.
What do you mean it wasn't good?
It was never good.
It was never good.
No,
Of course
it was
we had
never
to
good.
fix it.
It was fun to do. It was a laugh. I mean, I imagine it was much more fun for me than the 450 listeners. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed squeezing your head and dressing you up.
No, but that's just it. When I had a meeting with Graham, right, I said, "Look, I'm not being funny. I don't want to do it anymore. I've had enough of it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, what's up with you? You sounds like you have a right good laugh." I said, "Yeah, but that's that's all good acting and stuff." I said, "It's hell in there." I said,
like he's talking about Vietnam.
Yeah.
I said, having my head squoze, right?
What? Squoze is still not a word. We've been away 3 months. It's still not a word.
Right. Yeah. I said he's putting a dustbin lid on my head.
Yeah.
You told this to the ND.
He's hitting me with a tray.
Yeah.
He's chucking toilet paper at me.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, but that's all over 2 years." I said, "No, that was the same day." So,
okay then, what has changed in 3 months? They're listening. They've been listening for 6 minutes now. Come on, give us something.
Bit of Nickelback.
What's happened in 3
play a
days?
record and let
What,
him
3
think.
months?
What, in my life or
Yeah,
in here? Nothing's
yeah.
happened here. Nothing's changed here.
Right.
But I don't know. Do you know last time we were on?
Yeah.
Right. And I was telling you about the woman over the road where I live.
The one that walked around naked?
There's a woman who walks about the flat naked,
This
right?
is when Carl was watching a woman naked, then she looked at... saw him looking, so what he did, this is the genius he did to get out of this, he pulled his pants down, so he was naked too. His girlfriend comes in and goes, "Carl, what are you doing?" He went, "I can't tell you now, but don't look out of the window." Yeah, go on, sorry.
That woman, she's bought some blinds.
right? And Steve, who probably wasn't as cool as he is now, you're a bit of a freak.
In those days.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
And it just covered him, and he just went like this. He went, well, now you've got to clear that up. Which I found even funnier.
Yeah, but you did have to clear it up.
I did. But I was crying with laughter as I was clearing it up and taking it out of your keyboard.
Yeah, but I think I don't think I gave you enough of a reaction.
No.
Because you didn't really do stuff like that afterwards.
No.
I think you were looking for real annoyance. And
Yeah.
This is the weird thing about this relationship, is that despite the fact he's, 10 years older than me, I was often for a long time the adult. I say for a long time. I
think so.
Often the adult.
I think
in a
it's what.
relationship.
Yeah, I think that's what drove the dynamic. And also, I was the laziest person in the world. I remember once when we were working, we were writing, and Steve said, "Look, we've got a lot of work to do." He said, "Don't have too many sausages at lunchtime," wasn't it? And I
actually fell asleep that day.
Yeah, because there was jumbo sausages in the BBC canteen. You meant to have one. I said I can handle two, and I had two. He said, "Don't eat two, Rick." And I did fall asleep, didn't I, when we were writing?
Yeah, he fell asleep under the table. I didn't realise he was asleep, and we were writing away, and part of the script, and I was reading out this bit that we'd written, and part of it involved someone knocking on the door. So I knocked on the table as I was reading it out, and he woke up thinking someone was coming in the office, banged his head on the side of the table.
Oh dear, just like Lennon and McCartney.
Yeah.
Someone actually asked earlier on the live chat, are you concerned that Karl Pilkington is going to become a bigger star stateside than you guys?
I want him to. I want him to be the biggest star in the world. I want him to be not just a star, but like an idol that people worship. Just little round things that is like like
they put on their dashboard.
Exactly, like Christianity uses a cross. It's just a little round orange sort of circle. Because I know he'll hate it. I just know he'll hate it.
Apart from Leonardo DiCaprio, was there anyone you wanted for extras that you didn't get? Anyone that you approached, told you to bugger off and shove it up your arse, says Jack Lovejoy?
There was only one person who said no, and that was Keith Harrison Orville.
Yes. Yes.
Harris.
And I think Sid Little, didn't he say no as well?
Oh yes, he did. Yeah, I think it was a bit too much for him. He thought. Yeah.
Was it after seeing a bit of the script that they were in?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I usually pitched it to him over the phone before we wrote it, and but no, he wasn't. He wasn't into it. Orville was up for it.
Oh, Orville would have been.
I didn't know speak anymore over
that. Carol says, if you could pick the brain of any fictional character, who would you choose and why? Now, does that mean like that you could have the brain, or
Sherlock Holmes,
or what? And have it for yourself?
God,
information from them.
God, I think. We asked Karl a question. If God exists, what would you want him to say to you when you got to heaven? And Karl went, "Is that how it works?" What do you mean? He said, "Well, he wouldn't be on the door, would he?" I went, "No. You go up to his office." And Karl said that he'd say to God, "Well done with the world and that, but I think you've put in too much water."
Hey, wow, this is a big question. What are the best things in life?
What are the best things in life? First thing I thought of there, sausages. But I'm off
I
them
thought
now.
that might be the answer.
I don't know. A mother's tears, maybe a baby's laugh. Although Karl said that was the most frightening thing. When we asked him a question. We were doing the questions from inside the Access studio. We said, "What sound do you hate?" And he went, "A baby laughing would do me head in." I went, "Why?" He said, if I had a kid and Suzanne was out, and I'd put it to bed, and then I woke up at 2 a.m. to the sound of a baby laughing, he said it would freak me out. I think he's thinking of like Chucky, just sitting up going, unbelievable. The best things in life, well,
they're free.
Freedom.
The best things
well,
in
no,
life
freedom is surely
that's important.
Surely, in every aspect, freedom of speech, freedom to live a good life the way you like it, as long as you don't hurt anyone, kids, and floss.
Yeah.
We've got time for just a few more questions, so do keep your questions coming in thick and fast. A few people asked earlier, I don't know if there's any truth in this, Stephen, in a recent interview that you hinted at a secret crush for Nadine from Girls Aloud. Any truth in that?
I was being flippant. I'm a fan of all Girls Aloud. Even the ginger one.
Yeah.
No, she's,
Well, don't say even. There's probably ginger.
No, I didn't mean that. I mean, including the ginger one. No, it's just I got very ginger beard, and lots. You want two ginger people get together. You can have ginger offspring. who might inevitably be bullied. So you've got to be careful. You've always got to think this thing through. You know, a girls allowed is not just for one night, all right? They're for life.
You know, Carl said he thinks it's actually only in England where that happens.
I know,
in
it's
America,
weird,
they don't
isn't
get the jokes. Like they quite rightly, they think, well, what's up? There's obviously nothing wrong with it. But Carl thinks that even ginger cats get bullied by other cats.
Why do you think it is that the ginger thing is?
I don't know. I thought it was. Isn't there a reference to the Bible or something?
Is there?
Wasn't
Judas was
wasn't
ginger?
Judas ginger?
No, wait till it's the
Wasn't he?
Middle East. It's not, they're not ginger people around there, are they?
Well, that's why he stood out like a sore thumb.
Clearly.
I have no idea why I said that. I don't know if that's true or not.
I wondered if it was something to do with the old Scottish-English rivalry. Obviously, all Scottish people are sort of, ginger-haired. I wondered if that was anything to do with that. Maybe one of these MySpacers will let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you can. Someone asked earlier, Stephen, has Ricky let fame go to his head? Does he only hang out with A-listers these days?
People often say to me, has Ricky changed since he got famous? No, he was always a cunt. What advice, Rick, would you give to people who want to get into the business?
Don't. do something useful. Train to be a doctor or a lawyer.
When was the first moment that you thought, I'm famous? Because you were on the 11 o'clock show. That was the first time I saw you.
I was always worried about that. I was always worried about the word that didn't want to be lumped in with those people who do anything to be famous, just live their life like an open wound. Fame per se is nothing, and largely pointless, and it usually only has detrimental effects, to be honest. But I suppose I knew I was a face. I mean, the first time someone asks you autograph, you think, oh, but that, I think everyone's famous to that degree these days. I suppose winning the Golden Globes was the freakiest because that made the real news, not just the entertainment news. It was on front covers of. That was a bit weird, and I was glad I wasn't here when that happened. I was still in America. I was doing some work, but I think the important thing is know what you're doing it for. If you're doing it to chase fame, well, then you can do anything really. You can do horrendous things to be famous. There's no difference between fame and infamy if that's all you want. But I think you've got to love what you're doing. You've got to know why you're doing it, and we do it for the work and the creative process. And fame is an upshot of what we do. If you're an actor and you're a successful actor, then you're probably famous. But that shouldn't be the driving force. And I'm probably much prouder of being a writer and a director than I am an actor in many ways. But it all comes as a package, really. And joking aside, the advice would be. Try and control your own destiny. Own your own labour. Be in charge. Walk away if it's not right. Don't compromise. Don't think, if I compromise 1,000 times, then I'll get something I'm good at. Because those things stay with you and they stay around. They hang around. There's no rush either. Don't think you have to be famous by 23 or it's all over. Unless you're in a boy band, that's just simply not true. And find your own voice and do something you're passionate about. Don't do anything for the sake of it. Do something that you want to get off your chest. That's what I'd say. Steve, anything to add to that?
Well, I just want to ask you a question from Jensen's Beard. Have you ever thought about having a facelift?
No. I don't even like going to the doctors when I'm seriously ill. So the point of voluntarily going under the knife where you might die because your face is saggy, well, that's age, that's gravity. I mean, it's crazy. These people that have these things that have ribs out and, just unbelievable. Who cares?
Do you remember that story, which is obviously a myth, about Prince having ribs removed so he could suck his own? Yeah. Why are you looking sheepish? It's not something you're considering?
No, I'm just worried about you've just said.
Well, it's obviously nonsense.
Well, that's good.
It's patently nonsense, isn't it?
Can he not suck his own?
Sure.
No, probably not.
Ribs are in the way.
You know what? Hobbob is on the Bobbler.
Oh, again?
He's on the chat and
Bob Meister!
He's clarifying the ginger issue. He's saying red hair was thought to be a mark of beastly sexual desire and moral degeneration.
From when, though?
I don't know. He doesn't really...
The 1980s?
Yeah! Since Mick Hucknall. When, though? That's what we're...
Yeah, I've absolutely no idea. He doesn't really go any further than that. If you've got any more info for us, mate, do clarify it in the few minutes
Bob
we've got
Meister,
left.
sloppy... Well, it's that time again.
It's Karl's diary.
Oh, what's he written today?
Told Suzanne that I had read that we will have spoken to aliens by the year 2025. Ricky once told me that if a lion could speak English, it still couldn't have a good chat with us because its life is different to ours. If that's true, we've got no chance with an alien. I'd be worried that an alien could read my mind. I had that problem once years ago, when I worked in a studio making cassettes. Some mind-reading woman was having some cassettes made. She waited while I did them. She had a small dog. I knew she was trying to read my mind, so I just thought about the dog. I thought that would confuse her, because she wouldn't understand why I was thinking about her dog.
That's amazing.
So, firstly, how did you know she was a mind-reading woman?
Everybody who came in having cassettes done, you'd find out about what the job is. So, you know, if it's a band or whatever, it might be a police station needing blank cassettes to interview people.
Yeah.
And she had them to sort of use during a thing where they do mind reading and stuff. So
Right.
you get a
recording of
it.
Yeah.
And she was just there and she was staring at me like that, just looking over. And a dog was sort of looking worried, and they pick up vibes, don't they?
No.
They do.
And why were they looking? I'm not being funny. Were they looking at the roundness of your head? Do you think?
They were just looking at me, and I was sort of panicking a bit. And the more that I was thinking she's reading my mind, I was thinking she knows that I know that she's reading my mind. So I just stopped thinking about her reading my mind. Thought about the dog.
What were you thinking about the dog?
Just running about on the beach.
He remembers what he was thinking.
No, just so she thought, oh, hang on a minute, it's not his mind, it's the dog's mind I'm picking up.
Oh, so you thought she'd go, oh no, I'm getting it all tangled up. I've got a cross line here.
I met up with my mate Laurie. He said he was in a pub at the weekend and saw a bloke whose hands were on the wrong arms.
What do you mean?
Well, he had his left hand on his right arm and the right hand on the left arm. I don't think this would be a problem if he's been like that from an early age. When I was in Ripley's in LA, I saw a bloke whose head was on back to front.
That's more annoying, innit, than your hands. Innit?
Now then, would you walk? How would you walk? Would you be walking backwards, Karl, so that you could walk? So you're basically walking forwards.
I reckon I'd walk sideways so nobody would sort of tell the difference. It just looked like.
Oh God! He solved it again.
He's thought it through. Got home and read my magazine. There was a story about a baby that was born that looked like a frog. What magazine's this?
That made the news. That was in a proper newspaper in the end.
It didn't really have a neck or top half of its head. It would look all right if it always wore a scarf and a hat. The world would be a more interesting place if there were loads of different types of humans like there are creatures. Then some people would be good at certain jobs. Spider people, ant people, builders, cockroach people, dustbin men.
Good idea, isn't it?
I mean,
cockroach men, spider men, what are you talking about?
Look at some insects, right?
Yeah.
They don't have machinery, yet they're getting by, aren't they? They have their lives like we do. They get up, they wander about, they collect food, they tidy up, they fix stuff, they make their own house. We can't do any of that. So what I'm saying is, why aren't we using them? Why are these cockroaches with all these powers and stuff going about?
It's all these
But how could we use them? How could we harness
I just
them?
told you, dustbin men. Or whatever that.
No,
what
you
do mean?
said that if they were also men, if they were cockroach men, we could use them.
You've left a big bit out, but when that 1-inch cockroach becomes a 6-foot bloke wearing a jacket.
It's just that we always use insects for like a bit of fun. You see flea circuses and all that, which is all very well, but I don't think it's getting the most out of them.
Woke up at 9:55 a.m. Soon as I woke up, I looked at Suzanne and she looked at me. I said, "Did I tell you about the immune system?" Suzanne started laughing. I said, "It's amazing." She said, "Not now." Springing into action, he zips up, his eyes are like... Did I tell you about the immune system? Oh, shut up, Karl. Put the kettle on.
Oh God! Oh fucking hell! Karl.
What?
What would you rather do, right? I sort of put you in a ball, squash your head, right? Tie your head to your knees, like that, right? You have to walk around like that, right? Until till you're formed, totally formed. So that's like the rest of your life. Just keep that for a year in a cage, and your head's like this, right? You're just walking out, going, right? Oh, Christ! Oh, Christ! Or I do facial surgery on you, right? And you've got no face at all. I sew up your mouth and nose, right, and lines like that, right? And you're just fed with a tube in your stomach and a breathing equipment.
So no eyes.
Yeah, no eyes, no nose, no mouth, no nothing. You'll take your ears off, right? So you're deaf, dumb, blind. You're breathing through a little thing there. You're being fed straight into your stomach.
And what's the problem with the head on the knees?
Well, you're in pain. You cannot use to walk like a crab everywhere.
But I can still hear and see.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Yeah. What would you do? What's the first thing you do when you get out of the cage?
How long have I been in the cage for?
A year. Just crying yourself to sleep every night.
I'd call Suzanne, just warn her.
What would you say?
I'd just say, look, I'm coming home. Long story. Can you come and open the door?
Hi, TV's Ricky Gervais here. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my new book that's coming out this autumn. It's called Ricky Gervais Presents The World of Karl Pilkington. With me, Karl Pilkington.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a book, some of the ideas and some of the chats and some of the stuff we came up with in the podcast. The world record-breaking podcast, The Ricky Gervais Show. So, what are you doing there?
Just doing some drawings for it, just to go with the stories and that we talk about, some of the ideas and stuff.
What's that?
This one.
Mm.
Well, it's Auntie Nora, isn't it? When she farted for 5 minutes. That's like when she had the wind there, just coming out there. She, like, had wind for 5 minutes.
Oh, good.
So just sort of pictures and that.
So we could put this into the Booker Prize, could we?
Yeah.
Thumbs and that.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty sure that we would have got on all right without the thumb.
Yeah.
But if we couldn't, how about a thumb with one big finger?
That works, doesn't it? It's just that idea I had. So now I went to school with. Yeah, well, there's a picture of them. The two kids who had big heads. They also had like webbed hands. So they got by all right. They didn't struggle with stuff. So I just thought, you know, if everyone had hands like them, less fingers, less messing about.
Good. Maybe Richard and Judy can include this in their book club. Put a baby in a room with no contact with outside world. Why?
Well, just to find out if, you know, it becomes gay or straight or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Is it the outside world that's making them gay or straight? Is it, you know what I mean?
And how long would you leave a baby in a room?
I don't know. How long does it take to go gay? I don't know, like 20 years or something.
Oh, right, good. You're sticking a baby in a room for 20 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, you know, feed it and stuff. So sure. Through the letterbox and that. Don't go mental.
And what would this be for Channel 4, would it?
If they want to televise it, they can do. But I'm just saying, just do it if it's not for the television.
Good. Well, people are rushing to buy that book. That's Ricky Gervais Presents The World of Karl Pilkington. It's the sort of book that you'd find written in shit under the floorboards of a serial killer's house. Brilliant. Well, good luck.
Cheers.
Put my name to that.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, you.
It was this bloke who was a builder.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you know what builders are like? They sort of move about, don't they, from sort of building to building, just building.
Well, yeah, well, once they've built it, the building's done and they move on to build some more.
Building to building, just building, yeah.
So he goes to his next job and that, right?
Who does, the builder?
The builder.
Yep.
he goes to like the boss,
new building.
the boss of this building, who's building it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And he says what unto him?
Do you need anything building?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he says, yeah, there's plenty of work and that going about.
Yep.
He says, we're working on this one here. He said, get going on it, like, there's your bricks and your cement and stuff, get on with it.
Yeah.
Any plans? Just build.
Just start building.
Yeah. Go up.
To getting on with it and stuff, it's all going well.
Yep.
But he notices that there's someone working high up,
Oh.
right, on the
Okay.
top bit.
Sure.
Because do you know, like, there's girders and stuff on these big
Yeah.
buildings.
Yeah.
And he's still building the bottom bit,
And
which
he's
is
still,
weird.
yeah, well, that's the way they do it there, apparently, just to sort of speed it up, work from top to middle, from top to bottom.
Sure. That's in imaginary land.
We
So
put
anyway.
the spire on, and we better do the foundations,
Yeah.
and then put some stuff in the middle to keep it up there.
So anyway, he's saying to, like, the other workers, he's going, who's that up there?
Who's that up
Like,
there?
He's working on his own.
Was it, what, the little fella, was he?
And,
The little hairy fella up there.
Who's
he's
the little
saying.
hairy fella up there with the hard hat?
And the other fellas are going, look, you know, don't ask questions, you know, the boss decides who he takes on, we're happy to be getting paid here.
Don't ask questions!
Yeah.
Well, I'll see him when he comes down.
So he said, well, it's pretty impressive, you know, the work rate he's doing, the way he's getting from one girder to the other.
Swinging, is he?
He doesn't seem to be scared of the heights or anything. He said, no, just let him get on with it, you know, we work well as a team. Lunchtime comes, they're all sat there, sat on a little wall having the sandwiches, he's thinking he'll come down in a bit. He's just carrying on.
Is he just still going?
Still going on that, right? So the fella says to the boss man, he says, isn't that fella up there gonna come down and join us for lunch? He said, like I said, mate, don't worry about him, right? So he said, oh, anyway, you've reminded me that he's up there. He said, he's doing a lot of riveting and stuff up there. He probably needs some more nuts to,
Right, sure. And what kind of nuts is that? Is that nuts to food or?
So he said, what, nuts? He said, yeah, just, there's a bag full of them there, just put them on the hook, send them up, and he can get on with his job. So anyway, he picks these nuts up,
Nuts,
right?
yeah.
Just hooks them on. He thinks they're not that heavy, considering, you know, I mean, they're normally pretty heavy, aren't they? Like, nuts
big
and
bag of
bolts and
nuts,
stuff.
yeah.
So anyway, he has a little glance in.
Oh, no, what's in there?
Nuts.
What, you mean nuts that you can eat?
Nuts that you can eat,
Oh.
right? So they send the bag up, and he's thinking, what's all that about? He checks him out, starts to stare, works it out. You can see that he's a little chimp running about, so he goes, I'm not happy with this.
Why
So
isn't he?
Yeah.
He said, oh, them
Is
out
the
there.
boss sitting in a tyre?
He said, all them lot out there might not be wise to what's going on here. He
Yeah.
said, but I've clocked it, and you're sending nuts up to it. It's a monkey, it's not on. So he goes, look, you know, we just all try to earn a living here. He said, don't get involved in it. I'm happy to pay you, but I'm paying him. Don't interfere.
He's paying him.
And he's saying, look, I'm just not happy with this. It's not allowed. So the boss was saying, well,
We
to
pay
be honest,
peanuts, we get monkeys.
mate, he said, to be honest, mate, you know, he's a great worker. He's known for doing what he does. He's a good grafter. If one of you's going to go, right, I'm afraid I'll have to let you go because he's been here longer than that.
Yeah.
He was made redundant.
None of
because
that
the monkey-
happened.
He was laid off.
None of that happened.
He's laid off and that. And that's
No.
where that saying about, you know, like there's a lot of tower blocks and that in America. It's like the chimp off the old block. Is where. So that's monkey news.
Come in.
Right.
Ah, Mr. Pilkington, and how are we today?
Yeah, I'm alright, Doctor. Yeah, I've just come for my checkup.
Okay then, pop your pants off.
What?
Just pop your pants off.
Well,
and,
I've got to take my pants off.
well, because I have to pop my finger up your
What with me what?
to check your prostate gland.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am worried about it because prostate cancer kills 10,000 men every year in Britain.
You can check that out if I get any symptoms.
Well, there aren't always symptoms, and symptoms do vary from man to man. So the best way to check it out is
Well,
I just pop my finger up there
I'm really
and have a
happy with this,
feel.
just-
Don't worry about it.
Wait. Is that it?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I don't know why he was worried. You probably saved his life there.
Does he have to be here?
He's just a mate. Don't worry about him. He's just watching me at work.
Prostate cancer is the most common cancer diagnosed in men. The chances are you know someone who's affected by it. To help make a difference, please donate now.
Well, congratulations, Ricky. Much deserved, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
Ricky, I just wondered if I could ask, you're the most famous comedian in the world, and yet despite your incredibly successful career, you're still able to give enormous amounts of time to charity.
Shut up, embarrassing me.
Well, that's what you've written.
Well, just ask the question.
No, I just wondered how you find so much time in your hectic schedule to help charity.
You've got to find time. 30,000 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer every year, 10,000 of which die of the disease, and a man dies every hour from prostate cancer. So, you know, that's why I give so much of my time and raise so much money for cancer. I mean, I don't know if we've got any stats how much I sort of raised last year for cancer.
Just says fucking millions?
Yeah, and they're welcome to it, you know. But I will say this, if I ever get cancer, I'm going to go into the nearest hospital and go, right, I paid for that machine, get that little bald fucker off it. Talking of little bald fuckers, Karl Pilkington.
Alright.
Thoughts?
Just one. It's 2006. Why are they still using the finger?
Good point. Good question.
Chris Martin from Coldplay. Got a few questions for you.
Can I wear your sunglasses?
Okay, now, you like to buy clothes made in third world sweatshops because they're cheaper. Do you prefer Chinese or Indian made stuff?
Indian. Chinese don't know what they're doing.
See you later a little bit. We want to get the noise, the microphone there. Right, ready? Hold on.
Good. So you're just doing it?
Hold on. Now, it's in position. What have you... Oh. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, God. Oh, no!
Oh, it's like Jackass.
Now, at the Conservative Party conference a few years ago, you made a rousing speech saying that if Labour banned fox hunting, you'd leave the country. Now, you did leave, but now you're back. Isn't that hypocritical?
I just came back to get some stuff. To get my hunting gear. I came back to get 2 guns and a knife.
No.
What's the other question?
No, you famously said you don't trust black people. Isn't that racist?
I think racism is a state of mind.
There's the sleep, they're sharing a tent. I've only got one, well, I've got one tent between them, have they?
Yeah.
But why don't they take 2? A tent's not that big.
Oh, yeah.
So are they fighting now, or what? It was cold outside, he said come in my tent. And then that happens.
What do you think, Carl?
I'm still none the wiser as to why they do that. Are they both gay?
I think if you have sex with another bloke, you're generally considered gay.
If you're willing to pop your John Thomas up, John or Thomas,
yeah,
I think you could be considered,
as a rule of thumb.
What I mean is, if they're mates, they're going across the western, whatever that it's called, right? Across the west, on their horses. They say, come on, come in here, it's cold, don't be sleeping out there by that rock. Get in the tent. They get in the tent, there's still no mention of gayness. Then, one of them does that.
I know. Well, I don't know.
It must have been planned, is what I'm saying.
No.
How do you know what your job is?
No.
It's
What
not
do you mean,
like
how do you know what your job
because
is?
a man and a woman, it's like, well, we know what we've got to do here. But with them, there's different options. So how did they know what the job, whose job was what?
Are you saying, how did they know who was on top, so to speak?
Yeah, because it all happened pretty
I think
quick.
you fight for it, I think it's first dibs, isn't it? Like bunks. Like bunk beds, isn't it? I don't know the rules, I don't know
what the rules are.
I don't know what the rules are.
But,
But then what happens then, Steve, after that night?
because of the difficulties and constraints of the time in which they live, they have to live a lie, so they both get married to wives. But they maintain their love affair across the years and the decades.
Yeah, but don't the wives get suspicious when they keep saying we're going camping again this weekend?
Well, you're very right, they do.
But you wouldn't suspect a cowboy, would you? Except the one in Village People.
Yeah.
I thought he was the only cowboy.
He's fairly...
That was a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He hangs around with a Native American who's normally the antithesis of the cowboy. The cowboy and the Indian, they hate each other.
They hate each other, yeah, I know.
But they're hanging out. So are you going to watch the rest of the film now? Is it whet your appetite?
Could the film still happen even if they weren't gay? Is it just a cowboy film, but that's a bit of filler? Let's just have another watch and see if there's anything else.
Oh, does he want to watch it again?
Are you sure you want to watch it again?
Listen, if you want to watch it again, watch it again.
Yeah.
No, I'm just...
What?
But no, if you want to watch it again...
If you want to watch it again, watch it again.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to watch it again.
If you want to watch it again...
Still doing stuff for the book. So just...
The World According to Karl Pilkington.
Yeah.
You can buy that now. Pre-order it on Amazon, can't you?
Yeah.
Or wait till September 18th. Pre-order it now.
Right.
What's that?
That's me. Just I'm stuck in a spider. You said, about what would you do and all that if you were stuck in the body of the spider.
Right.
So I said I'd just have a sleep. So there I am, just having a kit. Got a
Okay.
sleeping bag. That's the thing about if you cut off an head, the body lives for like about a minute.
Doesn't.
No, it does. They did a test, didn't they?
No, no one did a test. We've done it.
Got freaks. My favourite freaks.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a lot of people want to know what your 5 favourite freaks are. I'd buy a book about that. So number 1, the Elephant Man. You know that. There he is. With his buns. Number 2, Pillow Man.
Yeah.
3, Siamese Twins. Annie.
Mm.
4, Three-Legged Juggler. 5, Pig-Faced Woman of Manchester Square.
They're not in that isn't in an order that I want to see them or anything. They're all as good as each other.
Okay. So maybe if you're a freak and you want to meet Karl, would you want to meet a freak? If we could, there's 6 billion people in the world. Must be somebody like this that wants to. Would you want to meet the Pillar Man?
Yeah, it'd be alright. But how's he going to get in touch? Siamese twins I don't like because it's 2. That'd be trickier. I don't think...
What if one of them liked you and the other one didn't? He couldn't stand you.
Yeah,
one was like, I love Karl Pilkington, he's brilliant. Alright, Karl, you're coming out.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to put them in that situation because I can go home. They're still bickering. So yeah, I don't want to meet them.
Three-Legged Juggler?
Yeah.
What would he have to juggle for you to take your eyes off his legs?
Well, that's the thing though. He'd think I'd be getting him in to sort of do some juggling, and he might sit behind the desk and I go, oh. I'm not interested in the juggling.
I love the fact that you think you can get him in. You can hire this man who probably died 100 years ago.
Monkey, that was a fireman.
Wasn't.
Just the idea of a cat with mops on its feet to clean the floor. That's that good invention that came out.
I'm pretty sure that's not a real invention. And there's you washing up with your little trousers down. I mean, I really must applaud the effort for this though, Karl.
That's
because
really
most, no offence, sort of dimwits, morons, cretins, idiots, they think all this shit, but they don't bother
putting it down.
Yeah, and they certainly don't bother colouring it in. So well done. I think it's a brilliant book for anyone who's got, really nothing else to do, or feel that they're sort of giving to a worthy cause. And that's available now on Amazon.com or Amazon.co.uk. And it's, what is it, like 200 pages, and it's got all these illustrations and great stories, and a foreword by me, in which I'm basically going on about Karl being an idiot, which is the only truthful thing in the book. I'm pretty sure of that. Good. So well done.
Have you ever been in a hospital when it's been shut down, or a school when there's no kids in it, and there's that sort of bad atmosphere of, like, weirdness?
Yeah.
Right?
For the sake of argument, yeah.
We're wandering about, and I say, oh yeah, what's in this room, right? And all the floors are like a wreck and rotten and stuff.
Oh my God.
There's a little sign there, right? And I go up to it, and it says, flies this way. So I follow the arrow, which goes to this corner where there's a shelf, about 3,000 dead flies on it, condom stuck on the top. Right, you might remember in the first podcast, I was telling you about this scary house that my mate lives in, where he's like a security man. You're not like a security man, are you? What are you?
Well, I just look after it.
You just look after it and that. He just looks after it. So this is it, because I thought I'd show you around it, because just in case you thought I'd made it up and that, about the bit about the flies and all that, where there's flies on the shelf and stuff. So this is the sort of state I was telling you how it's a mess. This is it. Ceiling's caving in over there. That's just there. Pair of pants. Right then, we've found the room that I was talking about on the podcast, with the dead flies and that on it. This is the sign that I was telling you about. Got a fly on it, right? Little arrow. There's flies here, look. Little ladybird there. Oh, flies attacking the ladybird and that. Right? So you've got that. So follow it along. Right, you think, well, there's nothing there. And you've got, if you can get the camera up there, right? Look at that lot. Dead flies. I'm just showing you this because some people have said, oh, you made it up and all that. But there's no way, just for the sake of the podcast, I'd go around collecting that many dead flies. There's a condom as well that I was talking about. Weird, isn't it?
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais, here on the set of Extras. Extras 2, coming soon. People are busy working away, and they're annoying me a little bit because I'm trying to do this, so I'm in charge. Shut up! That's power. Okay, back to work. 14th September, the new series starts. We're here filming a scene for the final episode, actually. I'll show you around, shall I? Okay. I know what you're thinking. What hospital are we filming in? It's not a hospital. She's not a real nurse. Unless we just put this in. Hey? Do these look ill? Bad example. We're going into the main studio now. We're just using a little corridor there for a hospital. Ooh. Oh. We're in the wrong studio.
Yeah, I think we are.
Oi oi, who's this little face? Excuse me. Yeah, can I help you? It's Robert Lindsay off My Family. Well, not just My Family. Citizen Smith GBH. repeated soon on E4. One of the best drama series of the last 25 years. What are you doing here, Robert?
Well, why am I here? I've been asked to work with you two.
That's an exclusive. That's not out. That's something the papers haven't got. Robert Lindsay's in extras as well. There's a little bonus for you. So, there's a little teaser of Extras 2 coming soon. September the 14th, BBC 2, 10 o'clock. But check out the website. I'll do one of these every few days. Oh, sorry. I've gone toilet. Oh, I've gone toilet. Can you empty it? Can you empty it?
Don't know how he's getting away with this. Listen to this, right? Crudge evolved bi-goggles at one end and Flagy-plays at the other, right? Eventually becoming Whittles. Some Crudge went on the other way, developing a uniflap and becoming a Sploon. Sploon grew into Flunts, and Whittles branched out as Scruddlers and Wumps. So I don't understand why people want to read about these sort of made-up animals when there's weirder stuff than this knocking about anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, I read something about a crab that what it does, it's born, right, and then it's floating about in the sea, and it spends its days looking for a mussel. Do you know, like the mussels you get in the sea? It spends its day finding one of them that's got a little gap in it, gets in it. That's it. It's done its sort of life's job. It just gets in the mussel and stays there. So that's pretty weird. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to sort of invent a Sploon, a Spluff, and a Wumph. The Moulon. It's the most intelligent being on the planet. It believes that all life is precious and never knowingly hurts another flanimal. The saddest sound in the universe is the whimper of 1,000 Moulons when one dies. See what I mean? That's quite sad, isn't it? It's like whale noises, that, isn't it? Because they say, what do they say? Like how a whale, if a whale's crying, another whale can hear it from miles away. Which must be well annoying, because I think, like, say if you're a whale and you're sick of hearing things crying, you'd travel miles to get away from that whale that's crying. But then, as you're going away from it, the chances are you're going towards another whale that's crying. So you can't get away from whales crying. And yet people say, oh, if I come back, I'd like to come back as a whale. There's no way I'd do that. Just having all stuff crying around you, you'd be well depressed. That's why they always look sad, whales. Because all they're hearing is crying. That's like a Moulon. Don't know what order this was in. Not that it matters. You know what I mean?
Ricky and Jane were going on holiday for a few days and had arranged for Glyn to come in and make sure the cat was okay while they were away. I'm sick of that cat. I was surprised that they hadn't paid for the little shit to go away with them on first class. Blimey, getting a bit vitriolic in the diary.
Why doesn't he like the fact that I've got a cat and I love the cat? Why?
It's just everything in that house that you've got gets sort of special treatment, and it's a cat. And it
What do you mean you
annoys
get
me.
special treatment?
Sometimes
we put food down for it, and sometimes it gets on our lap and we stroke it.
You don't just stroke it.
We're
you
not
massage
sending
it. You massage its back. You go, no, are you stressed out?
Well,
Are you
no, it's
stressed
good.
out?"
No, I'm not saying you stressed out. At no point did I say are you stressed out. You said, "What the fuck are you doing for? Is it stressed out or something?" I like touching my cat.
To be honest with you, I don't like Ricky's cat.
I can't believe
Because
this.
every time I go around there, it goes straight for Magoolis.
I just don't like it. It thinks it's it. Do you know what I mean? The way it wanders about and that. If it owns the joint. Jonathan Ross gave it in. I reckon it was Jonathan Ross's cat. And he got sick of it.
Oh my god.
No.
You know, he got sick of its attitude. And then luckily, like, Ricky's old cat died. So he knew Ricky needed a new one. Palmed it off onto him.
That's the last we'll see of that cat. Oh look, there he is. Look at that. They love beer and donuts.
So he's pretending he's joking there, but if that cat wanted beer and donuts, he'd probably let it have it. The thing is, it never goes out. So there's no chance of it ever coming to any harm. But it's going to last forever. Do you know what I mean? We got through loads of cats when I was a kid, because we lived on a main road. So none of them really got the chance to annoy me, because they were never around long enough. If the cat sat on his knee, he won't get up. He sort of waits until the cat gets down, because he doesn't want to disturb it. I don't know if he's just doing that to sort of wind me up, or if that is the way it gets treated. Really does me head in, it does. When they go away on holiday, it's a big upheaval. You have to organise people to sort of come round and feed it and make sure it's alright. That's what's meant to be good about cats, that they don't take much looking after. My mum and dad's last cat that they had, it's called Charlie. They went away for a month to Spain, just left it outside. And it feeds itself. If a cat gets hungry, it sorts itself out. That's what they do, they're wild. I mean, it had lost an eye by the time they got back, but it didn't go hungry. Sick of it.
Hello. We've taken time out of our busy schedule to tell you about the new series of the Ricky Gervais Show. It's coming soon, in fact very soon, August the 22nd. It's another 6 half hours of drivel, available on iTunes and Audible, and we've got loads to talk about because we've just been filming the new series of extras, which is, you know, turning out fantastic.
Well, that's not for us to say.
Wow, it's us that's talking, I'm telling you, it's brilliant. No doubt win all the awards.
Well, we don't do it to win an award.
It's not, no, we don't do it to win an award, we do it to win loads, particularly the American ones. Brilliant, so look forward to that as well. But anyway, the Ricky Gervais Show, featuring me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant,
Hello
and,
there.
of course, Karl Pilkington.
There he is.
Alright.
So, yeah, we've been working with the likes of Orlando Bloom and Chris Martin from Coldplay. David Bowie, Sir Ian McKellen, Daniel Radcliffe. So we've got a lot to talk about, haven't we? We've got a lot to talk about. And Karl, it's been 3 months. So have you got anything to talk about? Have you been doing stuff?
Yeah, I've been doing loads of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we say that. The reason I ask is because on one podcast, your entire week's events consisted of going to the Cobblers, and that made it into the diary. So, have you done anything interesting?
Yeah, just doing loads of stuff. Yeah. It was weird, right? I was in the park, right? Just sat there having an apple. Finished eating it, chucked it on the floor, right? Within seconds, an ant was on it, eating it. It's weird, isn't it, right? How that ant is totally different to me. Innit? What it gets up to in a day and that couldn't be further away from what I'm doing. And yet, we both like an apple. Look at it, it's loving it. I don't think I'd be that good as an ant. Because thinking about it, right, if I was that ant sat on there, I'd probably be overfaced by that apple. It's too much. And also, I sort of like to know what I'm going to be eating. At the start of the day, I'll say to my girlfriend, like, right, what are we having for tea tonight? She'll go, why do you need to know? And I go, because I like to know. I like to get my taste buds ready and that. Whereas that ant, 5 minutes ago, he didn't know it was going to be having apple. But it's got to have it, because he might not find anything else. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't want to be an ant.
Karl.
What are you thinking just then?
Just thinking of stuff that I've been up to and that.
Daydreaming, more like.
Nothing wrong with daydreaming, Steve.
Jesus, you know how fucking annoying that is. Go and do something. Just fuck off. Go on, go home. Read a book. Jesus. That's my head in.
You alright? Yeah. So just to recap, all new Ricky Gervais Show with Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington, available from August 22nd on iTunes, audible.com, or via Ricky Gervais' website, rickygervais.com. Is that it? That's
The awards.
Huh?
Awards. What?
What I'm saying is, right, there's now too much choice. Whenever you get a menu in a restaurant, it's not like, oh, right, what is the? Yeah, I'll have that. There's too much. It's like a book now, isn't it? And you look at it all. And then you've got to that point now that people are even taking a risk when they're eating.
What do you mean?
You know, in Japan or China or something, they're eating that fish that if it's not cooked right, it can kill you, right? Yeah. Not worth the risk when there's so many other fish.
Yeah, I agree. Why
have mackerel, have a bit of cod or whatever.
Yeah,
as soon as there's a risk, take it off. Take it off
I
the
agree.
menu.
I totally agree.
Not worth it.
We've got a fish that might or might not kill you. Well, is there anything that definitely won't kill you? Yeah, but a chicken won't kill you.
I'll play safe then. I'll have that.
I love that. I love the chicken.
That's what I'm saying. It seems to be the trend at the moment for people to eat things that you shouldn't really be eating. Octopus. They say, oh, it's best if you eat them alive or something, right? And there's been stories of people who've been eating them, and because they're still alive, the legs are like, you know, you get round the neck and what have you, inside, and they choke you. Why would you want to eat that? If you're going to eat a live animal, don't eat one that's got 8 arms that can get hold of your neck. I could understand that if we've run out of everything else, right? Alright, what's left? Octopus. Go on then, I'll have a leg. But there's no need to be eating that at this moment in time. I hadn't had pasta till I was about 24. Now kids are having all this stuff. We're away for a weekend a couple of weeks ago. Sat in a restaurant. Some kid asked for sorbet. He's only about 11. Just the amount of juices they've got now as well. When I was a kid, it was just you just had the one choice. You had orange. Now you look at it, it's like you've got apple juice, you've got pineapple, cranberry. Saw a carrot juice the other day. Out of all the bits of food that are out there, I would not think about getting juice out of a carrot. People are always going on about that place where they eat dogs, saying, oh, that's terrible, that. But I don't think it's that bad. As long as it's, you know, it's their own dog. if we're eating octopuses, why are dogs getting away with it? Excuse me, I don't suppose you've got a copy of The World of Karl Pilkington, have you?
No, sorry.
It is rather new. The World of Karl Pilkington.
No luck, Carl. Never mind. There's still a few more to try.
Good old yellow pages. We don't just help with the nasty things in life like a blocked drain. We're there for the nice things too.
You do? Great. Can you keep it for me? Yeah, my name is Karl Pilkington. Yeah. Yeah, it is me on the cover, yeah. Do you mean it looks round? Heads are meant to be round, you cheeky bastard. Just keep it for me.
Picture on the when I was on the plane coming back from here, there was a picture of this new luxury hotel. It'll be, I think, $10,000 a night to stay there. It looked extraordinary. It was a hotel, and the best rooms were built under the water, under the sea. Wow. So it was the best hotel we've ever seen, but surrounded on all sides by glass, and out of it you could see the sea, the sharks, the fish.
I don't think I'd like that.
No?
But that, again, that's just one of them hotels where it's over the top for over the top sake, isn't it? Like where they have 12-course meals. Well, just have 2 but make them bigger. Rather than dragging it out and there's the first course, you know, a couple of, you know,
snails.
Yeah, it's just for me all that is.
Don't eat a snail. Don't have one snail. Eat one big tortoise. If you want slow food, don't have loads of little snails. Here, there's a giant tortoise. Tuck into that. Feeds 10. But it's what you were saying before. When you start having to take a risk with food, like the fish that can kill you if you eat it, don't bother. There's apparently a delicacy in Japan, again, someone could verify this, where they eat a live little octopus. And it can stick to your throat because it's obviously fighting for its life. I mean, good. Again, you don't need to eat a live octopus. What are you thinking? How cruel is that?
Well, how fresh do you need your food? it's not, do you know what I mean? But I always remember this story when I was a kid about some bloke who, bit sad, this story, but weird. He had throat cancer, right? And his doctor said, carry on with your life, right? It's not going to be that good, but just carry on, but don't eat meat. And he was like, oh, I love meat. He's like, yeah, but just don't, you know, have your veg, you know, plenty of vitamins and stuff, keep yourself strong, but don't be eating that anyway. He was fed up because he loved his meat, and his wife was feeling a bit sorry for him one day, and thought, you know, I'm sick of him looking fed up and that, all he wants is some meat, for God's sake, give him some meat. So she goes to the butcher's, gets him a big piece of, like, steak and what have you. He can't believe it, he's like, oh, brilliant, cheers for that. Anyway, he's got the meat on his plate, just about to tuck in, and the cancer comes out from his throat. What? No, I know, it sounds really weird, but it's something that I was told about years ago when I was growing up.
What are you talking about?
It was just some bad illness, some cancer thing, and it was coming out waiting for the meat. It was sort of dying.
Again, a lot of your medical knowledge is from
the film Alien.
So this guy with throat cancer, okay, as opposed to it being a disease of the cell,
it was like a living.
The alien.
So it was the animal. It was the little animal cancer.
That's why
what are you talking about?
Meat. He wasn't allowed to eat meat.
So it's sitting there. So it's actually sitting there and throat. Well, I'll tell you what I'd have done if I'd have had some cancer in my throat. I'd go, there you go, rid of that. What are you talking about? So what happened?
He choked to death on this thing, and the wife was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have given him the meat after all."
Just that's a bollocks story.
It's all. There's loads of weird stuff like that. That happens in medical stuff.
Well, the terrible thing is, if you got testicular cancer and you eat meat, your bollocks come out of your trousers, and they're all over the plate, and you have to be asked to leave the restaurant.
The other thing that I was told when I was younger about medical stuff and that.
Who's telling you this stuff?
My mum told me about it.
Jeez.
Because she always says to me dad, because he has too much meat, and she's always like, you know...
Remember the
fellow with the... And he goes,
the troll in his throat.
But, me gran, she had something wrong with her eyes, and they sort of took them out, and they were just dangling on her cheek, and she could still see through them. They were operating on her.
Yeah, you would have, yeah.
They sort of say...
No, she wouldn't have been conscious, though.
No, they were then, because it's something to do with the eyes, and it's like... No, it's no good operating on eyes if your eyes are asleep.
What do you mean, your eyes are asleep?
It's like a heart, isn't it? You want to keep them awake.
No,
so keep
what do you mean
open.
you want to keep them awake? What, heart surgery is blokes awake? Stop talking shit all your life.
What I mean is they don't stop the heart. They sort of...
They don't stop your heart because it kills you.
Yeah, I know. So what I mean is it's like the eyes. They wanted to make sure they were working, so the only way to do it is keep her awake.
No, it's not, because you don't know whether they're working or not. You can't see what she sees. What, you think, you can plug something in and see what people are thinking?
It was something like that.
No, it wasn't something like that.
Well, she could see. She said it was really weird. How, like, you know, you can see...
She could see her knees.
That is bollocks.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is only gone and written it down, the little...
That's the jingle for Karl's Diary, excerpts of which we read each week. Get straight into it. A band from the Conga have won the Best Newcomers in a Radio 3 competition. They use pots and pans for instruments. It says that the Conga is a poor, sad place. So why do people do that happy dance at the end of parties called the Conga?
Right, one is the Congo. There's no place called the Conga. They come from a place called the Congo. Where do you come from? Okie dokie. It's a terrible place that we don't know whether we put our left leg in or our right leg in. Sometimes we shake it all about.
We're not sure if we should.
But Conga! Fucking hell, you're such a...
Went into the gadget shop today. It's full of stuff that we don't need. Gadget used to be a good word that made you think of James Bond with all his gadgets. The best thing I could find in the shop was a clock that ran on potatoes. We are definitely going backwards.
I agree. Well, who cares about that? You know, a little electrical impulse, so what?
Had a night out with old schoolmate. Found out about more of the other lads I went to school with. One is living underground.
What do you mean living underground? Not like a mole. Do you mean he's got a basement, or do you mean he digs a hole every night?
My mate went to visit him and he said it had been raining really heavily and that, and it's all the rain's running in.
What do you mean he went to visit him? He went down here? What's that? That's an hole in the ground. Yeah, come in.
He just said, oh, come round see us, and he's living underground.
What do you mean he's living underground?
He wanted to be in the army but was turned away, and that's the closest thing you can sort of...
How is that similar to
Oh, that's exactly like the army, yeah, where they teach you trades and, you know, engineering and flying.
He's happy down there. He said it was really muddy and what have you. He said he won't be going back to visit him.
What's he got down there?
Just stuff, just like a sleeping bag, a lamp.
He's dug himself a subterranean cave.
Near my old infant school, they knocked it down because it was like a wreck. You'd be in the class and you could lean on the wall.
Yeah,
and your hand would go through it and stuff. And they knocked it all down, and I think that's when he was at his most happy, this bloke.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That doesn't shock me. Whether the tales I've heard of horses in houses and big-headed kids with webbed hands and feet, you know, and him, I believe that someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That isn't bizarre to me. That's
you spent far too long with him, if that, now you're just happy to accept.
I totally accept that. I'd be surprised if I walked round where he lived that there weren't more people living in holes. His dad wanted to throw his budgie on the fire.
True.
His budgie died, his dad said, let's throw it on the fire. I mean, his mum, what did your mum do when your budgie died?
She just was worried about the other bird that was left, so she made it a bit of company by getting a rock, getting a feather off the dead budgie, sticking it on the rock, putting it in the cage.
So, a man living in a hole is not that bizarre. Right, carry on.
I read me science magazine. Some things I learnt from the science magazine. Number 1, space is running out of space. We should stay out of the sea because shark attacks are up.
Yeah, probably 4 a year now.
Well, he just says here, we should just stop going in the sea. There's no need for it.
Exactly.
Why is there no need for going to the sea?
Just because there isn't now, is there? We've got loads of land. So just, you know, one or the other. We walked out of the sea. Now, this is what I mean about going backwards. Getting back in it again. We came from the sea originally. Now we're going back in it. Don't go in it. Unless you're in a boat.
The rules, according to Karl Pilkington.
The rules of Karl Pilkington.
Oh, God.
Did the podcast and then went for a walk round Manchester Square. Years ago, a woman lived round there who had a head like a pig. She was known as the Pig Woman of Manchester Square. That made me think if there were other pig-headed women knocking about London.
Do you know what I mean? Why was she nicknamed that? Why not just the pig-headed woman? That suggests to me like there was loads of pig-headed women, and that's the one of Manchester Square.
Right.
Well, no, it was more to do with identifying her, not amongst other pig-headed women, but go, have you seen the Pig Woman of Manchester Square? I.e., go down there and see the Pig Woman, it's in Manchester Square.
What happens if she's walked off from there, though, and you go, well, no, but I saw one on New Cavendish Street?
No, well, she'll always come back if you rattle the feed.
Watched a film about Hitler. Didn't watch all of it as it was subtitled. Can't be doing with that. Asked Suzanne if cinemas are full of deaf people when they're showing subtitled films. She said, shh, I'm trying to watch it. I said, what do you mean, shh? It's subtitled, I can make as much noise as I want.
Yeah.
She's a lucky, lucky woman.
You must be a joy to watch a subtitled film. I mean, the concentration is up there already. I mean, it is hard to concentrate. It's not as easy as when you're hearing it, because, you know, you read things, but, you know, it's possible. If you had a buffoon going, I'm just going to sit here and make as much noise as I want, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What is the point of that? I mean, it's possible, but why do that in a cinema? Just walk into a subtitled film and go, right, everybody, let's all do the conga.
Well, yeah, or during ballet. You know, I mean, ballet, they're just dancing. You don't need to listen to the words, just have a conversation. We're having our bathroom done. The bathroom man was round at 9 this morning. We weren't allowed to use the shower because it all had to be bone dry before we could use his waterproof filler. Not that waterproof, then. Went for a brew with Ricky. We talked about monkeys and how they are closer to humans than they are to apes, and how bees will drink cider to get off their heads. Now and again there is a bee that lets the drinking get in the way of the work, and other bees sting it to death. Blimey.
Yeah, well, there's bees. They love a drink, and they will drink pure alcohol. They drink 100%. They drink ethanol. You know, I don't know why. They love getting off it, and they fall down and they're drunk, right? A bee can take in the equivalent of 20 litres of wine, right? But some bees get addicted in the same sort of percentage as human addiction, like 10% of bees, they can't get enough of it. They take ethanol, they take cider apples and that, and then when they get back to the hive, they go in a bit pissed, and they've got guard bees, and they go, come on, we've all had a drink.
Bouncers.
Yeah. They sort of are, right? And they push them away, and they push them away again. Then the next time they go, right, I've had enough, and they give it a good hiding. And Karl couldn't get over this. I saw his face, but I knew that he was thinking of that bee with sort of like eyes rolling round his head, a little bit belligerent with his jacket on backwards.
Yeah.
You know, and the bouncer going, come on, son, we've all had enough. Let's move away, move away.
You're not coming in, right? You're wearing trainers.
Yeah, you know, you're wearing 3 pairs of trainers, and I'm sick of it. You know.
But what I did find out, because I went home and went on the computer trying to find out about drunk bees knocking about. They're not actually meant to fly. It's only because they don't know. Fly. Well, no, but they're if they were told that you're not actually designed to fly, they wouldn't bother.
No, this is that thing that goes around that aerodynamically, on the face of it, looking at the size of the wings and the body proportions and everything, that it's a surprise that they can fly. Okay, it's not that no one's ever told them they can't, and as soon as someone tells me not meant to fly, they all fall out of the sky going, oh, what are we doing? Like in a cartoon.
No, but it's something about the confidence and that. At the moment, nobody's saying
it's nothing to do with the confidence. There is no such thing as confidence in bees. A bee never loses his nerve. That's not why he drinks. Because what are you drinking for? I'm just not confident anymore. There's no point to turn to the bottle. I can't go up there again. You're an idiot. Well, it's that time, isn't it?
What?
Rockbusters.
Oh, yes, the time that no one looks forward to.
Chimpanzee that, Rockbusters.
Right, so, gave you 3 clues last week, 3 cryptic clues. Some initials of a band or an artist you emailed in. Rob Harding got it, right?
Oh, nice work, Rob.
So, well done. The 3 clues, the first one was, RP for the initials. and the clue was steal that woman's flower. Right? So that was a cryptic clue. The answer there is rob her plant.
Rob her plant. I don't know who that is though. There's no artist called Robert Plant.
That's like Robert Plant. Robert
Robert Plant.
Yeah, but
is
you
his
don't
name.
say that. You sort of go, oh yeah, I'm into.
No, you do say it.
Have you got the,
it means
the
like
album by Robert Plant. Yeah,
Robert Plant.
They wouldn't go what?
I don't know. I don't know. Are you saying rubber plant?
The second.
What are you saying there, Carl? Though
the second one was. It
doesn't work.
The initial was B, and then that was keep whacking the cooker with a stick. Right. Yeah. Didn't have to be a stick. We pointed that out. Just keep whacking the cooker.
Keep whacking the cooker. Yeah.
That was B. That was beat oven.
Beat oven. Yeah. I don't know who that is either. Is that a group?
Beat oven.
Is that the Beatles? Who's the Beat ovens?
Classical sort of stuff. Beethoven. Beethoven.
No, you said beat.
Again, they got it.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm just saying though. They got it.
It's bollocks.
Rob Harding got it.
No. Beat oven. Yeah. It's not Beethoven.
They got it.
Do you understand?
The last one, the initial was M, right?
I just want to know who Robert Plant is.
Don't be worrying about Robert.
Because it's not a name. He's not the one in Led Zeppelin, is he?
So M was the initial. The clue was Venice. It's all water, isn't it? How would you describe it? There's hardly any land, right? So
canal.
If there's hardly any land, right, it's more water. What sort of water would you get, right?
Wet.
And then what?
Wetville.
No, but just like water that in Venice. What sort of water is it? It's sort of
muddy.
Right? No, not
muddy waters.
No, but how would you describe Venice?
What's the
if there's more.
But what's the initial again?
M. If there's more
muddy waters.
If there's more sea than land, what would you say? Would you say? You'd probably say there's sort of more of it is sea, isn't it? More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea. So that's the answer.
I don't know who that is.
Who is that?
Morrissey. Morrissey. So well done to.
That's the worst one you've ever done.
Well
it's ridiculous.
That's the worst you've ever done.
It's ridiculous.
More is sea.
Right. If they're that shit, don't do it anymore.
So well done to Robert Harding. He's in London. Right. This week's there's another 3.
Oh so, God, we haven't even come to this week's. I forgot that.
Fuck, this is the last time we do this. Monkey News back next week.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, well, this is shit. This is pathetic. Really, it's making you look a bigger moron than you are. More is C. Robert Plant. They don't fucking work. Let's do Monkey News.
They're getting them right though. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Bit of shit.
Right. The first one, the initials ND. Right. ND. Who is it? Sing songs and that. Right. ND. The clue, that Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. So you've got to sort of imagine, why is it a Jamaican fella?
Yeah.
Right? That Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. ND. Second one, the initial is E. I ask them to pass me the ball by using their head. Right? It's a band or an artist again. I ask them to pass me the ball by using their head. And the last one, TR, the initials, TR. He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. What I forgot?
What?
He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. So what I forgot?
And what's the
TR for the initials, right? Email in podcast@rickygervais.com. We just pick a winner, send you some stuff. That's Rockbusters. Right?
Well, that's end of another half hour of. Could I just say this? Absolute drivel.
Yeah, I mean, really more than ever.
I mean,
can I be honest with you now, Rick? I'm embarrassed to put my name to this week's show because of the amount of twaddle that has been spoken.
It's my name on it, which is the embarrassing. But you know, let's take the village idiot that is Karl Pilkington. It's his fault because I realised not only has he got an head like an orange, he's got a fucking IQ of an orange. So it's goodbye from me. I'm not saying my name. Goodbye from Steve Merchant.
Don't mention my name. Don't mention my name.
But mostly goodbye from Karl Pilkington.
Mainly his fault.
I'm about to embark on my travels with Mr. Karl Pilkington for the short way round.
Warwick Davis talking about his latest project, a travel show with an idiot abroad star, Karl Pilkington.
It's going to be interesting, I think would be a word to describe that. I don't know what I'm getting into yet.
Well, if the rumours that have been circulating for months are to be believed, it's thought Karl's going to be on a bike with Warwick in the basket, but the actor refused to give away any more details. What he would confirm is more of Life's Too Short with Ricky Gervais.
We're writing a special at the moment for, I think probably for early next year. So a Life's Too Short special. I can't tell you, it's terrific though, I can't tell you, but it's really, really great, yeah.
Oh, Warwick, if you insist on being so secretive, no wonder the internet's rife with bike basket riding rumours.
Alright, this is Speaker's Corner in London, where every Sunday people can just turn up, stand on a box, and sort of, you know, shout out what's on their mind.
All women! Back to the kitchen! Now!
The bloke you're about to see, that's him there, he's called Howard, and he normally comes here to spread the word about how he's going to live forever.
I'm not there to convince them that I'm right. They can go away and think I'm a complete lunatic for all that matters.
Ricky told me about him ages ago, and when he said he was bringing out a DVD called Fame, I kind of thought, you know, it'd be an ideal opportunity to meet up with Howard and have a chat with him because, you know, fame, I'm going to live forever, sort of works, doesn't it? I met up with Howard at a park near his house one morning just before he was going off to Speaker's Corner. He started off by telling me how it all came about.
Over a period of 16 years, from 1970 to 86, I discovered a process to stop the physical ageing process of the body. As I say, it took me about 16 years to work out. Now, what I discovered is that everybody's mind operates within a standard framework, and you go through the process of life everyone's familiar with. You know, you physically age and die. Well, I found a way, over a period of 4 years, I say from 82 to 86, approximately, where it's possible to pull one's mind out of the standard framework into an alternative framework, and within that alternative framework, the physical body doesn't age.
But have I got this as well, or is this just unique to you?
It's unique to me, yes.
So even though you're telling me I couldn't...
No, there's certain laws operating in the universe that only allow one person to work it out, so it only applies to me, so it's not transferable. Because often people get disappointed, but they don't seem to realise that that is the situation.
Well, do they feel like you're just showing off then? Because in a way it's kind of like, look what I've got.
Yeah, that's true, but I try to explain to them, if they can see it, that I'm not actually showing off. The position is that this is what my vocation is in life. And they say, and someone turns around and says, that's not fair. Well, let's look at it realistically. Is life fair? It isn't, is it?
Not
really.
For everyone.
No, not for everyone. It's not really fair. That's the situation. I can't alter the laws of the universe. So it's not my fault. It's not blaming me.
Would that annoy you if there was someone? If I said, Howard, the reason I'm seeing you is because I've got the same thing?
You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's not possible. As I said, certain laws operating in the universe only allow one person to work it out. Of course, someone's going to ask me...
But who's made that rule?
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, that's where it stops. It's difficult to go into that. So, it's difficult to explain that.
The other thing is, if there was another one, people would sort of try and pair you off, wouldn't they? They'd say, oh, you can live together forever. But that wouldn't be the best thing, would it? Because you'd be sick of each other.
You'll soon find that this thing is generally ignored. I mean, after you have as I say, the initial conversation, one doesn't normally discuss it again. It's just one of those things.
So you don't bring it up in other bits when it comes to like insurance and stuff like that?
Oh no, forget about all that.
You just leave it because it's just too complicated?
No, there's no point in mentioning it. That'd be what I call inappropriate.
But you are happy with it, you're not?
Yeah, I've adjusted. In life you have to adjust to things, don't you? Whatever happens, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, one hope it doesn't happen to you, but you could one day have an accident or you lose an arm. Well, it's terrible to start off with, but after a while you have to adjust. Because some people in a situation like that might get very bitter for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So
it's understandable, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's understandable if they do. That's not a very good analogy there.
But what about you?
adjustment.
You know, you sort of living forever, though. You could still lose an arm or a leg, couldn't you?
Well, no, I'm protected by the spirit world. That sort of situation won't occur.
What? No harm at all? You can't...
Within reason. I mean, obviously you can get a cold or things like that. But
you can't lose a leg, or...?
No, that's impossible.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm protected by... See, people think there's only one world, the physical world, but there's two worlds. The physical world and the spirit world. I'll still be in the physical world, whereas you'll be in the spirit world.
But doesn't that annoy you, because you'll never get to see the spirit world?
Well, it is possible. Some people have seen glimpses of the spirit world before they physically die. There's something called near-death experiences.
Yeah, I've had that.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been... Oh.
It was on an ice pop.
Oh, I see.
That went down the wrong way on my throat and I was choking, and my mum had to give me that fireman's thing where they, get air to you, squeeze you around the belly.
Oh, I see.
But I didn't see anything. I didn't see, like, a person standing over me saying, welcome, or whatever would happen.
I see. Very good. So, it was an uplifting experience.
It's horrible.
I'm sure it is. Well, they are.
I always say what I live to be about 74, 75, and then I reckon by that point I'll have had enough, I think.
You think? Oh, dear.
How old are you now?
Well, see, now let's make clarification, because you're talking about age for a minute. See, in this alternative frame, I won't age. So I won't get any older than I am now.
What, in terms of the way you look?
Physical, yeah. Now, let's see how old when my body stopped aging in 1986, so that, and I was 42.
You're 42. So birthdays, in effect, they're a waste of time to you, aren't they? Because it doesn't mean anything.
Well, do they mean anything to you?
It just means I'm getting a bit nearer to dying.
That's how you receive it. Some people like celebrating their birthdays regardless.
No, I don't. So what do you do for a birthday? I mean, is this sort of an in-joke with your friends? And
No, it's just someone might send me a card and that's it. I mean, I'm not too concerned.
No, but do they joke in it? It's like, here's another one.
No. If I tell people about my vocation in life and they want proof, I normally don't give it because I'm not there to prove anything. I'm there, my mission is to tell people about it, anyone who's particularly interested. I'm not there to convince them that I'm right. They can go away and think I'm a complete lunatic for all that matters. I'm not worried.
Do you think they'll start listening more when you're a lot older, because then they'll go, oh, he wasn't joking?
They might make a joke later, but they might have died by the time, it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean...
I don't know what matters. That's kind of... I just bumble along, that's what you do. You're born and you try and get on with it and you try and enjoy yourself. But everything, you see, everything in life normally comes to an end, doesn't it? So it's hard to get your head around. It's like when people say the universe goes on forever. You go, oh, don't talk about it.
Well, so what? If it does, big deal, so what?
Well...
It doesn't affect you.
No, but it's weird. You can't get your head around it, can you? Because everything's got a lifespan, normally.
Well, we always think everything has a beginning and an end.
But most things do.
Something, yeah, but...
Tell me something else apart from you that is going to be on this planet forever.
Well, there's the Earth, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's always been turfed and that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's about it.
All you're doing is having a haircut. I'm talking about, like, something that lasts forever, that you don't have to do anything to. There's nothing.
I don't think there's anything, to be quite frank.
A tortoise, that is the only thing that you sort of think lives for ages, but even...
Okay, Carl. This is a logical conundrum. To a certain extent, there's a little bit of lateral thinking because... but there is only one right answer. Now, the pressure here isn't to get this right. The pressure is, when I've told you the answer, to then understand it. Because when I've explained this to people, I've laid out for them, they still can't quite get the concept. Okay, so, there's two doors, Carl.
Yeah.
One leads to heaven, one leads to hell. Yeah. Okay, they're identical, you can't tell them apart. Okay, 50-50.
Right.
Obviously you want to go to heaven, I assume. Right, there's two guards, identical guards, guarding each door. Okay?
Right.
The one guarding hell always tells a lie. The one guarding heaven always tells the truth. You have to ask one question to find out which is which, and then go through the door you want. What question do you ask?
I've only got one.
Yeah.
And what, one to both?
No, one to either of them. You don't know which one's which, though. So what question do you ask?
Why can't I ask, like, both of them one?
Because it's
Because
not
the rules are you can only ask one. There aren't actually two doors labelled heaven and hell, Carl. This is a leap of imagination here.
And I've definitely got to answer. I've got to ask them a question. I can't just sort of have a feel of the door to see if there's any heat or anything.
They're identical. You stand a few yards away. You cannot tell from the outside of these doors which is which. What question do you ask?
I can't look through the keyhole or anything.
There's no
Get
keyhole.
anywhere near them. Let's imagine there's a small rope that prevents you from getting anywhere near, rather like outside a nightclub.
Yeah.
So they stood there.
Yeah.
They both look the same. They're both smiling.
Yeah.
But one of them's not really smiling. Really, he's trying to make me make a mistake, isn't he?
Well, he's just going to lie when you ask him a question. If you ask him.
So what's the point in asking a question? Do I know one of them's going to lie?
Yeah.
But would they be neighbours like this? Would they be that close? Why?
I mean, we're not sure if these two guys get on.
Okay, it's a logical. Well, I'll tell you the answer.
No, I want to see if he can get it. He's almost there. No, he's not almost there. What am I thinking?
No, hang on. Right, so you go up and you go.
Hang on. Well, look. Let's imagine that. Let's imagine Ricky and I are those two guys. Okay, right?
But we have to. Well, me and Steve will decide which doors we're guarding. Okay.
Right.
I'm.
Look away, Carl.
Okay.
Right.
Then.
So we've decided. Okay, one of us is guarding hell and one of us is guarding heaven. Which question are you going to ask and who are you going to ask it to?
Right. I'll just say to you, Steve. I'll go. Got some post for God here.
That's not a question. That's a statement.
Right. You've got some post for God here.
Well, that's not a question.
Yeah, but maybe the question's coming. You got some post for God here. Yeah.
And it needs to be signed.
It's not a question. Still not a question.
No, let him finish.
Is God in? Because I need him to sign for this post. Is he in?
Well, I can answer that as well if you want.
Go on.
He's in. He's behind my door. Do you want to answer it?
Well,
yes.
Do you want to get him? Just.
Well, no, you've only got one question.
So you're asking Steve, is God in? What's the answer?
Yes.
Ask me. Yes.
Look, lads, I'm just trying to do a job here. What am I going to do with this?
Well, give it to me and I'll give it to God because he's behind my door. Steve?
Yeah, give it to me and I'll take it into God because he's behind my door.
You're an idiot. Let me tell you the answer. I'm guarding hell, by the way. I'm the devil. Steve's God, okay? So you asked me what Steve would say if you asked him what door he was guarding, and I'm going to lie. I know he'd say heaven because he'd tell the truth, but I'm lying, so he'd say hell. So the question is, if I was to ask the other one what door he was guarding, what would he say? And whatever the person answers is the door they're guarding.
Steve, what door are you looking after?
Well,
heaven.
Yeah.
Why should I believe you?
Because you don't know. No, that doesn't work. Because you asked me the same, and I'd say heaven as well.
Right. So who do I believe? This is where you use your gut feeling, though, isn't it? This is what life's.
Well, as opposed to the pure logic that Ricky's just used.
I just think because there's a lot of questions in life where you don't know the answer and you go, do you know what? I don't like the look of him. So...
They're identical.
Yeah, but they're still identical twins. You always get a little snidey one.
Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Well, Karl, you failed miserably. The scientists stuck away. Right, one more chance. What's happened in the last couple of weeks? Just one more chance to... What have you seen in the last couple of weeks?
Well, like I say, I don't really watch the news and that, so
right.
I can't tell them about that. But in a way, I think they're better off not knowing. I think that's the only good thing about being out there, isn't it? Not knowing about the bad stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I can't help them there.
They don't need to look at the weather, do they?
No, not enough. No. But tell you about the Pope and that.
Yeah, it's pretty extensive.
What about the EU Constitution and the no votes? What do you make of that? What are your views?
What's the problem there?
Oh, this isn't broadcasting, though, is it? This is nothing. Come up with something.
Well, the fat baby, then. The fat baby that they found. That was on the telly.
Right. Well, what was that?
It's just a little fat baby. That, I don't know what, it's just a little fat kid and that.
What? Tell what?
It was on the telly, it was on the telly and
But what was on the telly? You just said fat baby, fat baby, fat baby, fat baby on telly, fat baby on telly. You're meant to be telling them what's happened in the world. Tell me about the fat baby on telly.
It's just they've found some, there's this illness called Momo, right? And, they've just got this woman had a kid. It's really sad, it was on Channel 4 and that, right? And, kid's born.
You sure it wasn't Jimmy Carr?
Kid's born and that, right?
Momo?
It's called Momo,
Isn't that
yeah.
that Black Music Award?
No, right, little fat baby and that, and there's only 3 of them in the world. These little fat babies.
Right.
And
So
one of them...
they're in danger.
How fat? Are you not telling what do you mean? How fat are they?
6 stone it was only 2. And there's 3 of them in the world, and there was this one, and there was one in Brazil.
Are they like endangered? Is that the problem? Because there's only 3 of them in the world. Are we worried? Is it like a conservation campaign?
They're hunted for their flesh.
No, it's sad. If you, I know it's easy to joke on that, but if you've seen it, you'd go, it's a bit sad on that.
Well, I haven't seen it, and I know nothing about it.
Well, I've told you, there's 3 of them in the world.
Okay, what else was on telly?
Giant penis heads. This is in Japan, right? This is in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So it seems quite kind of very carefree to not worry the fact they're carrying these huge phallic things, cocks and balls, basically.
Yeah.
They don't care about kids looking at this. It's quite kind of, it's very modern and liberal, really, isn't it? In that way.
Especially in Japan.
Yeah.
Where they're quite, you know, they don't show that in your face normally.
No, so to speak.
Because whilst I was in Japan, I did I had a sperm test. Have you ever done that?
No, thank God.
I went into... No, it's all right. I mean, it's quite...
Yeah.
It's good. And that's an actual place where, you know, for you to release your stuff.
Yeah.
Where you would expect some fruity images and what have you.
Mm.
But the DVDs they left, I put them on. And the doctor sort of said, oh, there's some magazines for you. And some DVDs, and he said to me just before he left, he went, "I'll apologise, the Japanese," right? And I was a bit like, "So what? You know, I'm only looking at the pictures. I don't have to understand, you know, what's being said or what I'm reading about." But what he meant was, they pixelate the rudeness.
Do they? Well, like, so the genitals are pixelated?
Yeah, you can't see anything, and it made it harder that. But I went in this room. And I was under a bit of pressure to, you know, release the goods and everything.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, have they set up cameras in here? I'm looking around, so that's going on in my mind. I'm putting the DVD on, and it wouldn't work.
God.
Batteries had run out in the remote. So I was in there, Richard, the director's outside, going, all right, I'm going, just leave me alone. You know, I know that they know what I'm doing. The clock's going, the doctor had to get off because we went in the evening, he had plans for the evening, so he was like, can you hurry up? The battery was run out, I had to get a battery out of the clock in the room. So I was sort of shuffling about with my pants around my ankles, getting this battery out. It was just a really sort of, I don't know.
It's not ideal.
I felt a bit degrading.
Yeah.
But honestly, the lengths people go to, he was telling me about how people have the ball sack.
Yes.
The testicle.
Backsack and crack.
Not just that anymore.
Oh, what do they have now?
Ironed.
Oh, what?
Well, the terrible thing is, if you got testicular cancer and you eat meat, your bollocks come out of your trousers and they're all over the plate, and you have to be asked to leave the restaurant.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is only gonna bring it down to the...
That's the jingle for Karl's diary, excerpts of which we read each week. Get straight into it. A band from the Conga have won the Best Newcomers in a Radio 3 competition. They use pots and pans for instruments. It says that the conga is a poor, sad place. So why do people do that happy dance at the end of parties called the conga?
Right, one is the Congo. There's no place called the Conga. They come from a place called the Congo. Conga! Fucking hell, you're such a...
Met Suzanne at Euston Station. I said I would sort out the tea tonight, so I called the curry house. The fella couldn't understand me. I asked for 2 poppadoms. He kept saying, how many? I kept saying 2. He still couldn't understand. I said 1 more than 1. He understood. When we picked up the food and took it home, there were 5 poppadoms in the bag.
Oh, God! Oh, God.
There is a restaurant somewhere that sells knobs to eat.
No, there's not.
There is.
No, there's not.
No, there is.
It says that women can't eat too many of them, and if you want a seal's knob for dinner, you have to book in advance.
Right, it's gobbledygook. This is the ramblings of a madman again.
It's a trend, he writes. It won't last long. It'll be like hummus. Called Ricky and asked what the difference is between the mind and the brain.
Yeah, he did.
That's a hell of a phone call to get.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ricky did explain, but I can't remember what he said. I wondered at what age you are when the mind kicks in. Okay? Ricky changed the subject and said there is an island called Spider Island. There's nothing but spiders on it. A bloke went to visit the island and said there was 1,000 types of spider in one tree.
What do you think about that? What do you think of an island that's just full of spiders?
I don't know, because you need spiders. I don't know what they do, but they say a world without spiders, like, wouldn't be good. But they sort of do something. There's something about if you did get rid of them all, it would have an effect.
Well, of course it would. Get rid of anything, it'd have an effect.
Not everything, though. Like I've said, you know, jellyfish and what have you.
Well, no.
It's 97% water or something.
Yeah.
So how much are they doing? Just give them another 3%, make them water. That's more useful.
Give them another 3% and make them water. Oh, God.
Went into the gadget shop today. It's full of stuff that we don't need. Gadget used to be a good word that made you think of James Bond with all his gadgets. The best thing I could find in the shop was a clock that ran on potatoes. We are definitely going backwards.
I agree. Well, who cares about that? You know, a little electrical impulse, so what?
Had a night out with old schoolmate. Found out about more of the other lads I went to school with. One is living underground.
What do you mean living underground? Not like a mole. Do you mean he's got a basement, or do you mean he digs a hole every night?
My mate went to visit him and he said it had been raining really heavily and that, and it's all the rain's running in.
What do you mean he went to visit him? He went down here? What's that? That's an hole in the ground. Yeah, come in.
He just said, oh, come round to us, and he's living underground.
What do you mean he's living underground?
He's happy down there. He said it was really muddy and what have you. He said he won't be going back to visit him.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That doesn't shock me.
You spent far too long with him, if that, now you're just happy to accept.
I totally accept that. I'd be surprised if I walked round where he lived that there weren't more people living in holes. His dad wanted to throw his budgie on the fire.
True.
His budgie died, his dad said, let's throw it on the fire. I mean, his mum, what did your mum do?
She just was worried about the other bird that was left, so she made it a bit of company by getting a rock, getting a feather off the dead budgie, sticking it on the rock, putting it in the cage.
So, a man living in a hole is not that bizarre. Right, carry on.
Watched a film about Hitler. Didn't watch all of it as it was subtitled. Can't be doing with that. Asked Suzanne if cinemas are full of deaf people when they're showing subtitled films. She said, shh, I'm trying to watch it. I said, what do you mean, shh? It's subtitled, I can make as much noise as I want.
Yeah.
She's a lucky, lucky woman.
You must be a joy to watch a subtitled film. I mean, the concentration is up there already. It's not as easy as when you're hearing it, because you read things, but, you know, it's possible. If you had a buffoon going, I'm just going to sit here and make as much noise as I want, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Do that in a cinema. Just walk into a subtitled film and go, right, everybody, let's all do the Congo.
We're having our bathroom done. The bathroom man was round at 9 this morning. We weren't allowed to use the shower because it all had to be bone dry before we could use his waterproof filler. Not that waterproof then. Went for a brew with Ricky. We talked about monkeys and how they are closer to humans than they are to apes, and how bees will drink cider to get off their heads. Now and again there is a bee that lets the drinking get in the way of the work, and other bees sting it to death. Blimey.
Yeah, well, there are bees. They love a drink, and they will drink pure alcohol. They love getting off it, and they fall down and they're drunk, right? But some bees get addicted in the same sort of percentage. It's human addiction. Like 10% of bees, they can't get enough of it. They take ethanol, they take cider apples and that, and then when they get back to the hive, they go in a bit pissed, and they've got guard bees, and they go, "Come on, we've all had a drink."
Bouncers.
Yeah. They sort of are, right? And they push them away, and they push them away again. Then the next time they go, "Right, I've had enough," and they give it a good hiding. And Carl couldn't get over this. I saw his face, but I knew that he was thinking of that bee with sort of like eyes rolling around his head, a little bit belligerent, with his jacket on backwards.
Yeah.
You know, and the bouncer going, come on, son, we've all had enough. Let's move away, move away.
You're not coming in, right? You're wearing trainers.
Yeah, you know, you're wearing 3 pairs of trainers, and I'm sick of it. You know.
But what I did find out, because I went home and went on the computer trying to find out about drunk bees knocking about, they're not actually meant to fly. It's only because they don't know.
Fly.
Well, no, but they're if they were told that you're not actually designed to fly, they wouldn't bother.
No, this is that thing that goes around that aerodynamically, on the face of it, looking at the size of the wings and the body proportions and everything, that it's a surprise that they can fly. Okay, it's not that. No one's ever told them they can't, and as soon as someone tells me not meant to fly, they all fall out of the sky going, "Oh, what are we doing?" Like in a cartoon.
No, but it's something about the confidence and that. At the moment, nobody's saying.
It's nothing to do with the confidence. There is no such thing as confidence in bees. A bee never loses its nerve. That's not why it drinks. Because what are you drinking for? I'm just not confident anymore. There's no point to turn to the bottle. I can't go up there again. You're an idiot.